You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the #1 podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's cracking, Chase?
Oh, man. It's hot up in here, dog.
It's hot.
Summer is upon us. It's coming up close, man.
Bruh, it's spring.
It's soon.
It's like, dog, it's like 68 degrees in here right now.
It's not 68 degrees in here, dog. It's got to be hotter in here.
Wait till it's like 95 degrees.
It's like 68 degrees outside.
Quit
baby.
your bitching.
Okay? Your boy runs hot, dog, okay? I'm always about 10 degrees hotter than the fucking room I'm in, okay? So, to me, it's like 80 degrees in here, dog.
Yeah.
It's like 80 degrees in here.
It is warm. It is warm. You know what else is running hot? Is the van down by the river. No, the van that we tailgate in is running hot. We got a coolant leak, so we got to get that fixed up.
Yeah.
Because we're on a timeline now.
We are, man. We got to get that shit ready to run because we got to drive that bitch to the stadium, dog.
That's right. And we'll be talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be talking about it. That's very exciting.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. Make sure you follow the network at CNPodNet. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. I don't know what that is right now, but you can find it. You can find it. If I can find it, you can find it. Update on the Crow's Nest Podcast proper. The Crow's Nest proper. The nest, as it were. We did episode 2 last week.
Yes, we did.
Some of y'all still haven't listened to that.
Yeah, some of y'all didn't tune in. The first week, though, you got good listens.
Well, a lot of people have actually been tuning in. I don't want to discredit that. It's getting listens, but we encourage you guys to check it out. We understand it's not a Raiders podcast, and not every episode is going to be for everybody. It's kind of wild. We're going to go deep sometimes. We're going to get a little silly sometimes. We're all over the place.
Yeah.
But y'all wanted more Kenny and Chase, so we gave that to you, plus
right.
Polygon. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
Episode 3 recording tonight, as a matter of fact.
There you go.
So shout out to Patrick Hoffmeister, who was our guest last week there. Shout out to Lincoln Kennedy, who was our guest last week here.
That's right.
And big shout out to Eddie Borsilli, who's our guest this week right here.
That's right.
NFL Sirius XM Radio. Legit guest.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Even when we don't have a guest. Legit.
It's always legit.
It's lit, as the kids say.
Legit.
But yeah, Eddie's going to come on. It's been about a year to the day since he's been on last time, so that's going to be cool. Thanks again for all the donations that have been coming in. We appreciate that. This is a time of year where we're ramping up for the regular season. It is a long ramp up, but it's going to be cool. Also, I want to say happy birthday to Raider Rue, who turned 38 today.
Happy birthday, Rue.
Happy birthday, Rue. Big ups to you, dog.
Yeah, man.
And download the Pillaging Podcast app, available for iTunes and Android. You can hear all of our old shows on there. You can call us straight from the app. You can go to the website. You can find all of our social media. It's all in one package.
Yeah.
And it's free.
Yeah.
And it doesn't update too often. It doesn't take up too much space on your phone. It's exactly what you need. And matter of fact, if you're not like a big podcast listener, but you tune into us, it's absolutely perfect for you. It's very nice. It's all tight. It's all in one package.
It's all there.
In fact, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I tweeted out episode 1, linked to episode 1. We started. I started with Raider Cain. So shout out to you, Cainer, because now we're here.
Yeah.
Now we're here. Merchandise. Make sure you check out OneNationFanwear.com. They got some fire stuff over there. Just when Johnny doing it big. And DC4LCustomTees.com had a shirt to give away this week on the show, but I wasn't on top of it. It was kind of busy. So we will be doing a giveaway probably next week, possibly another hashtag challenge.
Yep.
We'll come with something like that, maybe best call of the night. We'll do something. And then also got a care package from Mojo Raider. So shout out to you, Mojo.
Shout out, Mojo.
An original pillager, not just an official pillager, an original pillager because he comes from PJ4F.com. And he was doing some spring cleaning, found a lot of Raider stuff. Said, you know what? I'm going to send this to the Pillaging Podcast, and they can do some giveaways.
There you go, man.
So some vintage.
It's good looking out right there, dog.
Vintage Raider gear coming your way. Che and I are going to dig into that care package probably tonight. See what we got in there. I didn't open it. I had to wait for my brother to get here.
Yeah,
Had to wait for you.
I
man.
gotta see that too, man. I'm excited. I'm excited just to see what's in that box, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Who knows?
It's gonna be like Christmas, dog.
Yeah.
You know, and then we get to send that shit out to people. That would be dope. That's
Who
gonna
knows?
be dope.
Napoleon Harris might jump out that bitch. Be like, yo, you need a middle linebacker, dog.
Oh man, not no more though, dog.
Not no more.
Not no more though, dog.
Not no more. Not no more. Is it about that time? I think
It's hey, bro, you already know, dog.
about that time.
You already know. You already know what time it is.
You know what time is it?
Oh, get
Can't
that
pop
fresh crack. Oh, that fresh crack.
Bush.
No, fuck no. You'll never see that shit on here. All right, y'all.
What are we drinking? What are we drinking?
Today I brought in something I haven't had before. Is that Avery Brewing from out of Boulder, Colorado? Their White Rascal Belgian style white ale. All right, and it has a little hint of orange peel in it and a little coriander, man, and it's pretty fucking delicious. It's not too heavy. It's about a 5.9, right? 5.9 on there. Yeah, 5.6.
5.6.
Okay, 5.6.
Pretty mellow.
Pretty mellow, dog.
Yeah.
And we had one before because, it's hot. So
It is
we're a little
hot.
thirsty.
We're a little tuned up right now. It's good.
But-
It is very delicious. Everything that you just said that's on the can is exactly what it tastes like.
It does, man. You get all that flavor, man.
Yeah.
All that flavor's there. And for those of you who maybe don't, dabble in the craft beers as much and you kind of keep it real simple or straight ahead, I guess the best comparison I could give you is probably like a Blue Moon with a little bit of spice on it.
Yeah.
Like a Blue Moon with a little bit of spice, because Blue Moon's got that orange in it.
Yeah.
Right. But this one got a little zestiness to it.
Here's a pop quiz for you. Coriander seed, sprouts. What?
Cilantro.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Good job.
I'm on top of that, dog. Come on now.
I know
I
you
cook
do
in
that.
my household.
I know you
I
do
cook
that.
in my household.
Yeah, I cooked too, bro. I made you some nice soup today.
Yeah, man. It was good soup, though. It's hot as fuck for soup.
Hey,
But, hey,
sweat
I
it
eat
out.
that shit. It's probably why I'm running about fucking 50 degrees hotter than I should be.
Dog was like 80 degrees yesterday. I told my lady she was coming over after work. So what do you want for dinner? She said, I want that soup. I was like, all right. Yeah, I'll make some soup. Hot as fuck. But then you sweat it out and then you cool off.
Yeah, you do.
Which
You do.
hasn't happened yet, but we're
No, I'm still sweating.
At some
I'm
point.
still sweating. But these chelas are going to help out that cause, dog.
very nice.
And I was over here. I was ready to crack one open, man. I didn't want to open one before the show started.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, we drank one before the show started, but I was ready to open up another one, but I was like, I gotta save that fresh crack, bro.
Be honest, dog.
Gotta save that fresh crack.
You
dog.
started drinking before you came over today.
I did,
Yeah.
but that I had a good cause. Okay, your boy was
did.
moving.
You did.
Okay, your boy was finishing up the move. So yeah, I had to crack a nice little chela over there.
Hey, shout out to you, dog, because over the last couple of weeks, you've been doing this big move, and you've held it together, bro. You've been here.
Thank you, bro.
And you're juggling a lot of stuff right now. And
Thank you.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you too, brother. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And you even hit me up to ask you to help, which is nice.
Hey,
Which was real nice.
if I was in desperation mode, dog, that's when I usually send out the urgent text. Yo, I need help. All hands on deck. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, I try to handle shit myself. I'm a grown ass man.
Watts over here talking shit about me eating soup in the spring summer. I'm a soup person, dog. All right?
Hey, when your lady says, I feel like eating soup,
Yeah.
you're going to make some goddamn soup, all right? Watts,
right.
don't even play, dog.
And we had ramen on Friday.
There you go.
Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is. But my lady says jump. I say, okay. Okay. Because
You say, is this high enough?
hey, it's a give and take,
Yes, it is.
and it was reciprocated.
There you go. There you
That's all
go.
I gotta say about that.
We'll talk more about that on the Crow's Nest. Tune in.
Tune in.
Tune in.
But man, we got a big show. We know Eddie is waiting in the wings over there in New Jersey, so we should probably get going because it's late over there. It's already 10 o'clock where he's at right now.
Yeah.
The Raiders are officially back in Oakland,
That's right.
and so was the Pillaging Podcast.
You goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, boy.
We're going to be there.
Excited as a motherfucker over here, though.
Same spot as last year, same time as last year.
That's right.
Shout out to Dirt Lop for helping us make this.
Shout out Dirt Law, man.
Man. That's
Man.
that's the guy right there.
That motherfucker's Yo, Saint.
He's a saint.
Saint. The saint right there.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint. But yeah, so we'll be back there. We'll be back there in, what is that? Where were we at last year? A-Lot.
A-Lot,
Yeah,
dog.
we were up in
Yep.
A-Lot,
Come
suite
on
section, up towards the front on the corner. You know where to find us, and we'll plug that out. We'll definitely be...
We're right next to, what's that, Dark Side TV?
Dark Side. Yeah.
Dark Side likes to park in that, is that handicap parking?
Yeah,
They got that
handicap right
handy
there.
park permission or whatever right there in the front, right up front, and we're right behind them, right on the aisle side. Right in where the bathrooms are.
Can't miss us.
Yeah.
But we'll be tweeting that out when we're out there. But I just want to say that everything is done. All the votes are in. The Raiders are back in Oakland in 2019. The lease has gone up about 100%. I think it's like $7.5 million for this year.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark says he's not raising the prices on tickets.
That's good, dog.
So everybody out there was talking shit about Mark. Mark ain't got no money. Mark ain't a real player. He's just a little baby. It's baby Mark. Turns out it's Daddy Mark. Daddy Mark. So thank you, Daddy.
Oh, man.
You can be back in Oakland for one more year with the option in 2020, which we've covered again.
By the way, let me just shout out to anybody who's got the skills on the animation. We would like to see that baby Mark.
Yeah. We'll see that baby Mark video.
If y'all motherfuckers know what we're talking about, man, there's a video out on YouTube. A lot of little kids watch it, my daughter included.
Yeah.
And it's a song, and there's little cartoons that go with it, little sharks that go with it.
People know what baby shark is.
Baby shark, okay?
Yeah.
Baby shark. If you don't know, look it up. We would like to see a baby Mark.
Yeah,
a baby Mark version.
I want to see that.
Make it happen, man.
Real quick in the chat before we move a little bit forward, Pete, who is it? Yayo. Yayo was asking if we were going to do a podcast when we come out to New Jersey. Goddamn right, we're going to do a podcast.
Hell
when
yeah,
we come out
dog.
there.
We make it happen.
We podcast every time we go on location. Cain and I were podcasting from the terminal in Denver last year.
That's right.
And we was toe up. We made it happen. And Chela and I'll make it happen. We even do the post game for you when we do local. So it's a trek. We're hoping to get out there. It's not a done deal. We're talking about the New York trip, playing the Jets this year. We really want to get out there.
Yeah.
We're probably going to be linking up with Splatterhead, Fitz and Splatterhead from the fan club Blitz.
That's dope.
Over there on
That's
Murph's
dope.
Man Cave. And shout out to them. Shout out to their new show dropping soon, the Inebri Nation podcast. They will also be reviewing beers. So you already know it's a natural fit. We'll be podcasting out there. Hopefully it'll be like a team up.
Hell yeah.
It'll be pretty cool.
And plenty of chelas.
Plenty of chelas. Does New York even know what a chela is?
I mean, they better find out.
They're about to find out. If you don't know, you better ask Che.
That's right. Ask me.
So yeah, the Raider Critique wants to know how much we're paying now. I just told you they're not raising the prices. It'll be the same as before. I'd expect about $110, $125
There you go.
per ticket is
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
average. So get that. Don't worry about a parking pass. Park wherever you need to. Take the BART in.
Just come on over to the tailgate,
And
dog.
just come over to the tailgate.
Come on over to the Pillaging Tailgate.
That was a nice handoff right there.
Hell yeah.
That was
Hell
a nice
yeah.
two-hander. Good job. But let's... I didn't mean it like that. That is an advertising term, by the way. Tug rule, in effect.
Tug rule.
In effect.
Hashtag tug rule.
This shit's all over the place right now. Poor Eddie, man. I hope he's not listening right now. Raiders sign Isaiah Crowell. Daddy Mark. Isaiah Crowell signed for 1 year, $2.5 million.
Yeah.
Former Jets and Browns running back who has averaged 4.6 yards per carry the last 3 seasons, tallied 685 yards and 6 touchdowns on 143 rushes in 2018. He shows the ability to scamper at times and has a high gear when in the open field. Most known for his ability to plant and change direction while maintaining speed. Also most known for his ability to be somewhat inconsistent. But let's think about the offenses he was working on, the Jets and the Browns.
This is true.
And the offensive lines that come with those offenses.
This is true.
So a lot of Raider Nation's like, should I be excited about this? Yeah, be excited about it. Crowell's a guy, he can handle the load. He's a physical dude. He's a fast dude. He's not the most finesse running back you'll ever seen. But you know what? I don't think that's a John Gruden trait.
No.
I don't think finesse running backs is, like his favorite. We had Charlie Garner, yeah, sure. But Tyrone Wheatley was the bell cow. right?
Yeah.
And Crowell's not that big. He's not that dude, but he can definitely fall forward for a few extra yards. Watching a lot of tape on him, and he's definitely got that fall forward. I love that fall forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You always want to finish falling forward, though.
Going north.
Yeah, you don't want to go backwards, though.
Never
Okay?
that. Never that. But yeah, most known for his ability to plant and change direction while maintaining speed. Go check out some videos. The dude has a really nice change of direction. One time. Give him one time. He's ripped off rushes of 77 yards in 2018 and 85 yards in 2016. You don't rip off yardage like that without some speed. Working in the zone system behind an improved line compared to what he had in New York and Cleveland should fare well for the fifth-year running back. Biggest area for improvement is definitely pass blocking, a tendency to catch rather than engage defensive tacklers, would-be tacklers. So that's something to brush up on right there.
Yeah.
And his hands. His hands are a bit shaky, not the most reliable pass-catching running back, but he has shown some improvement in that regard, but definitely still expect to see Jalen Richard on third down. He's going to be the guy. So I like Crowell with the line that we have right now, and I think it's a good signing.
Yeah.
Does it spell the end for Marshawn Lynch? We'll have to ask Eddie Borsilli that tonight.
It's possible. It's possible, man. It's
Look,
possible.
I think Lynch said, "I'm done" when he tried to light that blunt on the torch. I think he was just like, "Yo, I'm out here."
I mean, you have a good point, though. You have a good point. You don't do some shit like that, especially with the NFL, right? As hardcore as the NFL is on shit.
Yeah.
You don't do shit like that unless you say, like, what the fuck are you going to do to me? You can't do shit to me.
Zero fucks.
I'm done.
Zero fucks.
I'm done, son.
He's all out of fucks.
So, yeah, I would have to agree. But, I mean, who knows? If he thinks they're coming back and maybe he gets a little motivated. Maybe he does want to come back. It's possible. Nothing's impossible. But you're probably right, though.
I think so. I think so. Need I remind you guys again that Marshawn Lynch is a free agent. He's not like on the roster waiting to see if he's going to report. You guys keep forgetting that. He's a free agent. He's not signed. He can ride off into the sunset. It'd be a clean break. So keep it moving. There's more signings. Brandon Marshall. Daddy Mark. Y'all hate me. Phones are flying out the window right now on 880. And the cops are like, what's going on? Brandon Marshall signs for 1 year, $4.1 million. The 29-year-old linebacker out of Denver brings playoff experience and veteran leadership to the locker room. Marshall has struggled against the run as of late, but has shown he is still adept at covering tight ends in the passing game. We've mentioned recently that the tight end assignment doesn't always fall on the safety in Oakland, and help may have just arrived in the form of Brandon Marshall. Obviously, stealing a player from another AFC West team is a good feeling, but also brings with it familiarity within the division and experience of lining up against guys like Kelsey and Antonio Gates. That said, Brandon Marshall, is he an every down linebacker, Che?
I mean,
You said he was washed last week, Che.
I said he was washed.
You said he was washed.
Well, listen, man. This is when I mistook his message. Okay, so first of all, there was a little cryptic message. Okay. Somebody out there was like, "Yo, you look good. You look good, and come on over. Put on that silver and black, man. You'll look great in it." And then he had a ha 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 with some sideways eyes. I didn't really fucking know what he meant by that.
Right.
It could mean like, ha ha ha, you're fucking joking, right? Or it could be like, ha ha ha, you might have a point there, right? I took it as the first, right? And I'm like, you laughing at us, dog?
Oh, you laughing now?
Oh, you laughing now, huh?
Oh, you got jokes?
Okay, you think it's fucking funny over here? This ain't no jokes. This ain't no jokes over here. You gonna laugh at fans and shit?
You think you find me amusing?
Yeah.
You think I'm a clown?
You get hit him with that fucking Robert De Niro.
Do you know where he's from?
So I was mad, right? So I acted like the angry fan that I can be at times, and I was like, you know what? Well, fuck you then. But now he's in silver and black, so you know what I say?
You ride with him.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
We'll ride with you.
You know where Brandon Marshall's from? His hometown?
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
That's right.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
So Marshall hoping to get himself a more lucrative deal maybe next year by showing he could bounce back this year.
Right.
Some
he's been injured, right? I think that's played a big part. But he's also we've seen that championship team with Peyton Manning. He had some good play that year.
Yeah.
And he's been a little bit banged up. So hopefully he gets the full strength, 100%, and we don't have any issues with him getting injured this season, and he can return to what he was that season, man. or during those times.
Yeah.
Right around that time.
Yeah, so Marshall definitely stealing him away from the Broncos is always nice. You weaken your opponent and maybe you get a little bit of insight. He's like, Brandon, what kind of insight can you give us about the Broncos? He's like, they're trash, bro.
Why you think I left, though?
You ain't got to worry about them, bro. Trash. They're going to run trash left or trash right. You got to be there.
Oh, man. Who's their quarterback again?
Yeah.
You said, yeah.
Yeah, it's Joe Flacco, dog.
It's Joe Flacco.
Waka Flacco. Wacko Flacco. Yo. Joe Flacco is like the king of just throwing balls over his shoulder and winning Super Bowls. Shout out to you, San Francisco 49ers.
Ew.
He was throwing up prayers in that game. And then like, damn. Damn. And then at halftime, he like snuck away and he hit that breaker. So it's a and the lights went out. So I got a little bit of love for Joe Flacco just for that reason. You know what I mean? Just for that reason.
I mean, that's the only love. That's the only love he gets around here, dog.
You know what I mean?
Is, you guys beat the Niners in the Super Bowl. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah.
Because the fuck I would have been able to deal with fucking the Niners winning that Super Bowl. You know how much shit they would still be talking to this day. They would still be talking right now, right this second. They would be talking about how they won that Super Bowl.
Are they talking? It's
quiet.
It's quiet, bro.
Crickets.
Quiet.
Crickets.
Quiet for you, doggy.
Yep.
It's quiet.
Yep.
Mike Glennon. Raiders signed former Cardinal Mike Glennon, who also happens to look like a really laid-back substitute teacher. He does.
Yeah, facts.
I fucked with Mike Glennon, dog. It's like,
I bet he's really good at social studies.
yeah, we wheels in that TV cart. Hey, when that TV cart came in the room, it was a wrap. You were like, yeah, today's a win.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch.
We got substitute teachers. Movies, dog. Movies. All day long.
How many times you watched Glory when you were in high school, dog?
Honestly, dog, I didn't watch it.
You did it?
Nah,
We must
honestly.
have seen that a good 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glory.
Glory, that's the hockey movie, right?
No. That was Miracle. Glory was the
that's
Civil War film with Morgan Freeman.
Oh, shit.
Where you see dude's head get blown up.
Damn. No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that shit, dog.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that shit. In fucking high school? You
Yeah.
saw dude's head get blown up in high school?
Subs in our
give a
district,
fuck, huh?
they would give a fuck, dude. You're
They
gonna
give
watch
a
this movie,
fuck.
dog.
They didn't even go to the fucking library on school to get that video. They went to the video store in town to get that shit. They're like, we're gonna watch a movie today. Don't tell your mom and dad. Okay, I didn't get permission slips for this shit.
History class, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Ziggy Piggy.
We're gonna study the French Revolution. Napoleon.
I was like, excellent. Just announced Bill and Ted sequel coming out.
You see that shit?
Part 3. Yeah. Part 3. So Mike Glennon.
Yo, my question though, are they still fucking going through time in a phone booth?
I don't know, man.
How are they gonna do that shit now? There's no phone booths anywhere, dog. You can't find one of them bitches nowhere.
Hey, Rufus got a phone booth. That's all I know.
It's just gonna be in one of them bitches' house, right? In their garage.
Hey,
they're just holding up that phone booth.
Hey, rest in peace, George Carlin, because he won't be in that.
Oh, that's true, dog.
Yeah,
that's
he won't be
true.
in
That's
that.
true. R.I.P.
Anyways,
My bad.
Back to Glennon. Over his 6-year career, Glennon has appeared in 27 games and made 22 starts, completing 482 of 791 pass attempts for 5,107 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 20 picks for a passer rating of 84. Not too shabby for your backup. Last season, Glennon appeared in 2 contests in his lone campaign with the Cardinals. In his Cardinals debut, he completed 10 of 14 passes for 111 yards and 1 touchdown, and finished the season 15 of 21 for 174 yards and a passer rating of 112 across 2 games. Again, not too shabby for your backup.
Yeah.
Not bad. Also signed Landry Jones. Originally a 4th-round selection by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 2013 NFL Draft, Landry spent his first 5 years with the Steelers as the club's backup quarterback. Over his career, Landry has appeared in 18 games and made 5 starts, completing 108 of 169 pass attempts for 1,310 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 7 picks for a passer rating of 86.2. Last season, the 6'4", 225-pound product out of Oklahoma joined the Jacksonville Jaguars for a short stint with the team before being released in November. He saw no action during that time. Both QBs are about 6'4" for what it's worth. So you got them two and your boy, Nathan Peterman. Nathaniel.
Nathan, as Cedric the Entertainer would say.
And those three dudes are going to battle it out in the camp to see who gets the backup job. I like Glennon.
Yeah,
I like Glennon. I think he's a favorite out of the group. Either Glennon or Jones. But
I think he's definitely the number 2, right? I think there's no question he's going to be the number 2. It really comes down to who else is going to be the third motherfucker, you know?
Yeah.
Because we ain't carrying 3 fucking backups. That's for damn sure.
But Landry Jones actually has looked, pretty well put together when he's had to start for Big Ben over there. Even though he was with Jacksonville last year, saw no time, there's a certain advantage for him to be sitting there behind Ben for 4 years in a row.
Is there though?
Well, it is Ben.
Is there though?
It is Ben.
Yeah.
What did he learn under Ben? How to be racist and have no game. Flamethrower.
Woo! That's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
Hot take.
Fireball. Yeah.
Yo, you know how to get off of fucking, whenever you're accused of anything. That's how you do. That's how you do.
Just hot take. Throw it in there. Hot take. That's a hot take. So rounding out the signings for this week, your boy Luke Wilson with 2 L's. 2 L's.
All right.
Old School was a dank film, so I fuck with that. Judging by his picture, I think Luke Wilson sold me weed about 2 years ago. I think. Wilson joins the Raiders after spending the 2018 season as a member of the Detroit Lions. Prior to this year in Detroit, he spent 5 seasons with the Seattle Seahawks after originally joining the club as a 5th-round selection in the 2013 NFL Draft. Wilson has played 86 career games with 45 starts, recording 102 receptions for 1,216 yards with 11 touchdowns over a 6-year career. In 9 career postseason games, he has totaled 13 receptions for 154 yards with 1 touchdown.
There you go. The Chelas are working over here.
I apologize. There's no way around that one. If you wind the tape back, you can hear that coming through. Like it was brewing. So I couldn't get out of the way of that one. But yeah, Luke Wilson, not the most exciting, but we got, what do we got? We got now, we got Waller in that camp. You got Lee Smith in that camp. You got Luke Wilson in that camp. And then you got your boy, Mark, what's his name? What's his name?
Wait. Go back.
Tight ends. Raider tight ends.
Mark?
Baby Mark.
I don't know, bro. You have, you said 3 that I know.
Yeah, so, Carrier. That's what we got.
Wait,
Yeah.
His first name's Mark?
No.
It's Derek, dog.
Derek Carrier.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Mark? What the fuck? Who's Mark?
Mark Carrier, dude. You don't know? You don't know?
Derek Carrier, dog.
Yeah, Derek Carrier. So that's the tight end group right now. Remains to be seen. John's comments during the recent owners meeting, a little head scratching because I've been pounding my fist against the table.
You've been pounding your tit.
I've been pounding my tits.
Yeah. Hey, that's another topic for the Crow's
That's
Nest.
a different topic. I'm just saying, draft a tight end in the first round. You got Fant, you got Hawkinson. But John Gruden,
There you go.
he loves himself some Darren Waller. He says Darren Waller is very intriguing. He said he was sickened to see Cook go in free agency, but the spotlight will be on Waller in 2019, that he will get the chance of a lifetime. Waller, size, speed. We'll see what he can do.
Hey, man, he flashed. He flashed the couple of times that we saw him on field.
Yeah.
Definitely athletic, right? We know he's got some good speed, some good size for a tight end. Really just comes down to what his work ethic is and whether he's willing to take or able to take advantage of his opportunity, man.
And don't forget Paul Butler. Thanks,
There you go.
Grizz, for the reminder.
There you go.
So there's some names in that little group there, but we'll see. We'll see. I'd still like to see them draft a guy, their guy, a young guy, and go from there. But Waller's not the only guy that John Gruden's in love with right now. LaMarcus Joyner. Also mentioned in that meeting, LaMarcus Joyner. He compares him to one of his favorite players of all time, Rondé Barber. He said, when I was in Tampa, I coached a guy named Rondé Barber. He may have been perhaps my favorite player I ever coached. He wasn't the biggest guy. He wasn't the fastest guy. But when he put the helmet on, something happened to him. Joyner is the closest thing I've ever seen to Rondé as a slot corner. I think he's the best. I think he has a chance to be dynamic in there. So that answers a couple questions for you. Number one, Joyner, primarily probably going to be in the slot.
Yeah.
In the slot.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
He likes him a lot. He's a base. I love it.
I love it. He's the best.
He's the best. We mentioned earlier, the door remains open for Marshawn Lynch. Both sides waiting until after the draft to resume communication. But could this be the end for beast mode? Would you be sad, Che?
I mean, I'd be sad, man, because, it was good to have him come to his hometown team, right? And seeing as how we are back in Oakland for at least another year, it'd be nice to have him back in his hometown with his hometown team, dog.
Pound your tits. If you want Lynch back in the town.
There you go.
Pound your tits. That's going to be a shirt tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be like, what happened last night, Jay? What did I say?
Hey, your boy Katie's off tomorrow. Just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm going to be going deep. I got to pump the brakes, though, because we want to be cool with Borsilli.
There you go.
You're like, what kind of fucking clown show you guys running over here? More news came out of that conference. John Gruden likes Trent Brown as a right tackle. He does. He believes now he could play both. He joked about him switching up during games, like in game, like breaking the huddle, like break the huddle, find Von Miller, line up on that side. No, that's a joke. But he seems to support Lincoln Kennedy's thoughts that he shared last week that Brown will anchor down the power side of that line.
There you go. Lincoln told you last week. You should have tuned in if you didn't know that.
Yeah. Definitely check out that interview. It's like a 51-minute interview.
It's a good interview.
Damn, this shit got me burping, dude. But it's a good interview. There's also like a highlight reel of that interview you can check out. It's like a 12-minute clip. You check that one out, too.
Yeah.
I watched both of them.
There you go.
That's the kind of prep we do.
That's what we do.
We go deep.
That's what we do.
Probably the most notable soundbite out of that interview was this. John said he cried for 3 days when they traded Mac. Some of you are still crying. Perspective.
Hot take. Oh, yeah. Facts.
Dry your fucking tears and get back to work. All right? There's no crying.
There ain't no crying in football.
Never that.
No.
It is 7:35 p.m. on the West Coast, Che. That means it is 10:35 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Which means we should probably bring Eddie in here, right?
Yeah, we got to get him in here, dog.
We've got some juicy questions for him, and he's going to do what Lincoln Kennedy couldn't do.
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Uh-oh.
How about that?
Uh-oh. Hold on, man. Don't get Lincoln mad at us, dog, okay? He didn't do, okay? Lincoln didn't do the 2-minute drill.
He didn't.
That doesn't mean he won't, or he can't.
You know, Lincoln used to do the trivia on the sideline when he was the sideline reporter.
Did he?
He'd pull the fans and ask them the trivia question.
No shit.
So, it might have been a little brand protection there.
Okay, I see that. I see that.
What I mean?
I see that.
For one time in his life, Lincoln played defense.
There you go.
But not taking on 2-minute drill. But no, in all respect, we appreciate his time, and he's this is Lincoln's chill mode.
Yeah, he's on a break, dog. He's on a break. And by the way, those of you who ain't following him, go follow him at L, and it's cool. I didn't realize that he spelled it EL_K cigars.
Oh.
LK cigars.
Okay.
A little Spanish in there for you. LK cigars. Yeah. He likes to post up his drinks, his different whiskeys and bourbons and good shit. He's got some good shit.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, along with his cigar, whatever cigar he's smoking.
I bet he does.
Go follow that shit.
I bet his apartment smells of mahogany and leather bound.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, dog.
Yeah, but LK, man, he's working hard during the season, so we don't want to take up that time. But Borsilli, we're going to take up all your time, dog. Yeah. It's late out there, and you're going to run the 2-minute drill. You were very, very gracious in accepting so, and you were great last time you were on the show. So we're going to take a short break right now, and then we're going to get back to it. We'll be back on with Sirius XM NFL Radio's very own Eddie Borsilli. See you guys on the other side. Chill.
Peace.
And we're back from the break, and we got on the line with us Eddie Borsilli from Sirius XM NFL Radio. Eddie, thanks for joining us again, man. How have you been doing? What have you been up to? How can these people find you online?
Guys, it's a pleasure. I know it's been almost a year since we last chatted. It's a pleasure to be on with you guys again. Everything's been good, status quo. Another year in the NFL, another crazy free agency period. Just getting through that, getting ready for the draft in Nashville in a couple weeks. And everybody can find me online at Twitter at Borsilli, B as in boy, Orsilli. If you want some crazy Raider takes and some other stuff, sprinkle in some Mets here and there. There's baseball season now and again, but glad to be back with you guys.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back on the air. And you're right. It's been almost exactly 1 year. I think the last time you were on the show was April 6, 2018.
That's pretty exact. That's pretty exact to
pretty
think.
Close. Pretty close. Pretty close.
What took you guys so long? I know you guys are blowing up all over the place, but come on now.
Hey, well, we're blowing up all over the place. So it's good to talk to you because the last time we talked to you, we were talking about the quiet free agency period that the Raiders had last year. And we were kind of, I was trying to be political and saying, the amount of money that teams spend in free agency rarely shows up on the field. The big spenders in free agency, it's usually the lowest return. But here we are now in 2019, and I got to spin that the opposite way because we've actually been pretty big players in free agency. Some big splashes here, notably the Antonio Brown signing, the Trent Brown signing, LaMarcus Joyner, Vontaze Burfict joins the team. Now Brandon Marshall, got some names out there. You got some backup quarterbacks in the mix. You got Isaiah Crowell joining us, a guy you're probably familiar with because you see him on your TV out there quite a bit. But that's where we're at right now. So given the stark difference between last year and this year's free agency period, are the Raiders still in rebuild mode or are they in win now mode?
See, it's a great question. I've been pondering it for quite a bit. I ask myself this a lot. If you look back, I think everybody got a kind of a false narrative, if you will, after the Khalil Mack and later on in the season, the Amari Cooper trade, that the Raiders were kind of, dusting it off and getting all these draft picks and kind of just building for the future. Gruden's got a 10-year contract, so let's just stack the deck, get all these picks, and come back and blah, blah, blah. John Gruden has never been a rebuild type of guy. He doesn't, there's a conception out there that he hates rookies. He doesn't hate rookies. He just likes guys that have playing experience that can come in, know his system, and get the job done. So I never felt that the Raiders were really in a full rebuild mode. Now, a lot of things can change. Now, draft in a couple weeks. If they go ahead and they take a quarterback in the top 5, which we'll get into later, I don't know. Can you say they're in rebuild? But is any team in the NFL besides the Miami Dolphins right now in a rebuild type of mode? Because you don't go out and trade for an Antonio Brown at 31 years old if you're going to say, hey, we're going to be a team that's not going to win for a couple years. Stick around. AB, you could say what you will. AB nixed that trade to Buffalo. They have a young quarterback. Josh Allen might turn out to be a good player, but he didn't want to go to Buffalo and be with a second-year quarterback. AB wanted to go where he wanted to go. He set a standard for where he wanted to go, and he came to the Raiders. Maybe that was the best option for him of all the quarterbacks who were out there. So I just think this team, I don't think you could put a label of win now or rebuild or anything like that. They have a ton of collateral to go into this draft and really improve this roster. And I'll say it, guys, the word I used to people was shocked. Pre-free agency, I heard this team wasn't going to spend a dime. And to me, that signaled, all right, listen, we'll go with the draft picks. We'll build the roster that way. We'll fill in the holes here and there. And then they come out, and it's AB, and it's Trent Brown, and it's all these guys, and it's all right, I guess Gruden feels that this team, with a couple plugins here and there, they have so much collateral in the draft. I just think that with you hit on a couple of these guys, you get 3 or 4 playmakers in here, 3 or 4 studs on this football team. This team can compete. This team can go out on the football field and compete with teams. I mean, they competed early on last year. I know the wheels fell off. Yeah. And it was a disaster of a football year, especially after the Amari Cooper trade. I just think, again, we have to see what's going to come in the draft. After the free agency period, this team could compete next year if they hit in the draft. And I know it's a big hit, but if you look at the guys, I mean, a lot of the guys are win-now type football players, especially Antonio Brown. They had to sell Antonio Brown on a bill of goods to come to Oakland. I know they gave him money. I get it. He's everybody says they don't want the money. He actually came out and said he did want the money. So I know there's a big factor in it. But he wants to be here. He had to come here for a reason. He's going to want to win. He comes from Pittsburgh. All they did was win. So I think this team is ready to win. They just have to draft well. They got to knock it out of the park next month.
So speaking of the draft, you recently stated that Ed Oliver is the most fascinating prospect in this year's draft. Can you explain that take for us?
Guys, I just think, on so many levels with this guy. 53 tackles for loss in 3 years. This guy lives in the backfield. And you can say, what you will. He played at Houston. He didn't play, he didn't play in a big-time conference against big-time players. This guy is a wrecking ball. The comp that I keep saying, everyone wants to say Aaron Donald. Like, get Aaron Donald. He's the best player in football. If he was Aaron Donald, he would be the first pick in the draft.
Right.
The guy that keeps coming back to me a little bit is John Randall, the Hall of Fame defensive tackle from the Minnesota Vikings. And John Randall was an undrafted free agent at that because of his size. He was an undersized defensive lineman that nobody wanted to take a chance on with short arms. And he turned out, getting to the Hall of Fame because he was such a disruptive force. Right. When I look at Ed Oliver, I keep seeing John Randall. I keep seeing a guy that you can move all around the line. You're not going to line him up over the nose tackle and let him take on double teams. That's Quinnen Williams. Ed Oliver, this team, and we'll talk about it again later, with the defensive end, lack thereof defensive ends on this roster, Ed Oliver could play that for you. Ed Oliver could play defensive end. Ed Oliver could stand up and play linebacker. He could play in coverage. So, he's almost like a Swiss Army knife. So when I say, it's intriguing, you just don't know what you get with this guy. But in college, all you got was plays in the backfield. The sacks didn't really come, but this guy lived in the backfield. A year ago, people had him as the best player in the draft. There's no more pick in the draft. And I get it. When the draft comes, everybody wants to say size. Guys, this guy is a dynamo. And, I just thank God I'm not making this pick, because if you stare me dead in the eyes at 4, I'd have a hard time passing him up.
So, you're big on him. Does that mean you take him at 4, or are you trying to wait for him at 24, 27?
You got to tell me who's going 1, 2, 3, and I'll tell you if I'm taking him at 4.
This is true.
It's so crazy up there at the top. You just don't know. I would strongly consider it. He's a guy that I'd have a hard time passing on, because I just think he's got some elite skill sets that a lot of guys in this draft don't have.
Does he stay on the board as long as 24, though? Do you think he goes before that?
No shot. I'll bet, I don't want to bet anything tangible in here, but there's no way on earth he makes it to 24, guys. But here's my thing, too. You have all, like I said before, all the draft collateral. You're picking at 4. I'm not opposed to taking those two, 24 and 27, and packages those up. If you see a guy that's sliding down the board a little bit, taking those 2 picks and trading up to get the guy you want. You have to. Most teams in draft years don't have 3 first-round picks. This is almost unprecedented for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
You want to say 2. You want to say 2 most years, and definitely 1. 3 first-round picks is a lot. So if you see a guy sliding down these draft boards that you want, I take those 2 picks and package up and say, hey, let's go up and get the guy we want. And if that's Ed Oliver, great. If that's somebody else, we got to see. But if he falls out of the top 10, if I was a GM, I'd be racing up to try to get up there to get this guy, because, like I said, I think he's a different kind of player in this year's draft.
I think this draft is odd for a lot of reasons. For one, it's definitely packed with defensive talent. For 2, you got a team like the Raiders with 3 first-round picks. I can't even remember the last time a team had 3 first-rounders. I don't even know if that's ever happened before.
I don't either.
It was a team in the mid-'80s, I believe. I think it was the Green Bay Packers, in the late '80s or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, it's so loaded, like you guys said, with defensive talent. But again, the defensive talent in every year's draft, and the great Gil Brandt that we work with says it all the time. The difference between players 25 to 40. There isn't really a big difference in those players. You could take one at 27, or you could take one at 35, and you're not getting a different type of player. But I think it's a little bit different in this year's draft because of the quality defensive players that are in this draft. I think, guys, Josh Jacobs, the running back from Alabama, I think will go late first round, but you could see no running backs taken. I still think there'll be 4 quarterbacks taken just because they're quarterbacks, and you get the 5th-year option on them. It's just a crapshoot. I said, you guys mentioned 3 first-round picks. Don't forget the 2nd-round pick now, guys. It's 35.
Right.
You have four picks in the first 35 picks of this draft. One scenario that I keep talking about is if the Giants want a quarterback and say the 3 defensive players go, Allen, Williams, and Bosa go, or Murray, Bosa, and Williams go, or Allen goes. If the Giants want to come up for Haskins and the Raiders move back 2 spots, they're going to get pick 35. You're talking about 5 picks in the first 40 picks. I mean, you could flip this roster around immediately if you knock it out of the park with these picks. And, you know, they didn't spend anything on defensive ends, on edge rushers, guys. I know we'll get into it in a little bit, but
Yeah.
I just think the draft is so, I don't want to use the word weird, but it's so top-heavy on interior defensive linemen and linemen in general. It's enticing for a team that's obviously looking for it, the Raiders.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, like you said, you got to knock these picks out of the park. And I like what Mayock said about the activity they've had in free agency, allowing them to be more surgical when it comes to the draft. That's the word they used, is surgical. Because I was a McKenzie supporter. I rode with the dude, but the one thing that really frustrated me was the project picks in the second and third round.
That's right.
And you know, with these first 4 picks in you know, the first 35 picks, Reggie's going to take a project player there. I don't see that happening with the organization the way it's set up now. They're looking for hitters. They're looking for ringers coming out of every single one of those picks. They're looking for starters out of all 4 of those picks, is what I think. Yeah. Right now, and you've touched on it, we've touched on it a little bit, Raiders currently only have Key and Morrow as their edge rushers. With many of the edge rushers that were scheduled to hit free agency having been tagged, Clowney, DeMarcus Lawrence, etc., is it a foregone conclusion that the Raiders go pass rusher early in the upcoming draft? You've mentioned Ed Oliver, but where do you take him? Who's your guy at number 4? Let's assume that Murray goes 1, right? The Niners are on the board. The Niners are a tough one because they've taken defensive line like the past 3,000 draft picks, right?
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. Super Dave Osborne, he had all those picks over there. Trent Baalke, he had all those picks over there. And, you know, again, he went project players. And what do they walk away with? They walk away with DeForest Buckner. They had Aaron Lynch at one point. Who's the other Oregon Duck that they got, defensive line player?
Well, they got Solomon Thomas. They got DeForest Buckner. They got a lot of guys on the defensive line. Guys, here's the thing that Mayock and Gruden kind of have to identify a little bit. And Vic Tafer said it the best. They have Nick Bosa as their top prospect on their board. If you go by the old school draft chart of what it takes to move up to a pick, the Raiders would have to give up the pick in the second round and a 4th round pick to get up to 2 if they really wanted Nick Bosa. So say Murray goes 1, they really want Nick Bosa, and say the Niners are kind of in that I don't know if I want that guy. I want to move down 2 spots. Would you trade the 2nd round pick and the 4th round pick to go up and get a guy like Nick Bosa? I don't think that's too much to ask because you have picks 24 and 27.
You do, but
and
I'm cold on Bosa. I'm cold on Bosa because of his family injury history, his personal now injury history, sitting out this whole last season. I think there's more talent out there that you can avoid a red flag, the red flags that surround Bosa, in my opinion. So let's
sure. And I get that too. So that's what I'm saying. So if you don't like Bosa and you stay where you will, again, I think the sweet spot for a defensive lineman is like 6 to 10 ish. Mm-hmm. So I think a trade back is really a logical possibility for the team. Yeah. But there's one guy that, and maybe I'm partial to him. I don't know if you could take him at 4. I think Raider Nation might get a little testy with me, or if they did this at 4. But it's Montez Sweat. I saw Montez Sweat at the Senior Bowl. This guy comes off like a freaking maniac off the edge. He is I'll say it right now, I think he's an elite pass rusher. And I think it might be a little too rich at pick number 4 to take a guy like that. So I think a trade back, to maybe closer to 10 might do it. But I really, really like Montez Sweat because after that, I think the drop off is a little. After you get the Bosas and you get Sweat, I think the drop off is a little bit not significant. But I think there's players maybe on the second tier like Clayton Farrell and Jalen Ferguson and LJ Collier and guys like that.
Brian Burns.
So I think Brian Burns. There's a lot of edge guys in this draft, but if you want to go the fingers in the ground defensive end type guys, I think they should look long and hard on a guy like Montez Sweat, who was down at the Senior Bowl all week. We saw him all week at the Senior Bowl. Obviously, the Raiders were down there all week, just like the guy LJ Collier as well. If Mayock, you could believe anything that these guys say nowadays, because it's really hard to believe anything these guys say nowadays. I mean, they don't have these guys. They need these type of players in the draft. They need these impact players in the draft. I don't know how you pass them. I really don't. For me, like I said, I love Ed Oliver. I love Quinnen Williams. I don't know what he's going to be in the next. I mean, the guy only started 1 year at Alabama. I mean, he's on the bench with Ron Payne. He only started 1 year, so I like him. Josh Allen, everybody loves him. I don't know. I mean, I didn't know about Khalil Mack when he was coming out of Buffalo, and look what he turned into. So it's hard to judge these guys.
Right.
Burns scares me a little bit because of the size and the weight. Everybody's got that Deion Jordan syndrome where you think these guys are going to turn out to be, they can't get off the edge, they can't get off blocks. But I don't know. I mean, at 4, they're going to be staring in the face of a really, really good player on defense. So I just think, they have to. I think the safe pick would be a Quinnen Williams. Mm-hmm. I think the Jets are going to go. I think it's going to go Kyler Murray. I think it's going to go Nick Bosa to San Francisco, Josh Allen to the Jets, and the Raiders are going to be staring in the face of Quinnen Williams. And I got to get this off my chest a little bit. Everybody keeps saying that the Raiders are like kind of loaded at defensive tackle. They're not loaded at defensive tackle. Yes, Mo Hurst is I love what Mo Hurst did last year. Hankins they re-signed is good. PJ Hall. I get that they have depth, but you don't draft based off that. You draft the best player available. This team needs, as Jerry Jones put it, they need war daddies up there. They need Khalil Mack type players. They need guys that are game changing players. Mm-hmm. And if you think Quinnen Williams is a game changing player, you take them. You just take them, and you just say, you know what, we'll line up where we line up, and maybe move PJ Hall to the end or something like that, and you just take him to roll with it. So I just think, they're going to be staring in the face at 4 of a really, really good football player, and whether it's a need or not, it's up to them. But I just think you take them if you want them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. The way that you ran down those first 3 picks is exactly the way I have it. It's just my gut feeling that Josh Allen is a Jet. He just seems like a New York Jet in my mind. And Quinnen Williams will be the best player available at number 4. Now, I see a lot of situations in mock drafts where the Raiders are trading out of that 4th pick with a team like the Giants that are moving up to get a quarterback. Yep. But what I don't see is why the Giants need to trade up to get Haskins, because behind us are the Bucs, which they could definitely take a quarterback, but I think they're going to stick with Winston for now. So what is it really that motivates the Giants to try to jump ahead? Because they got to be thinking, unless the Raiders smokescreen has them drinking the Kool-Aid, that they're going to take Haskins with the pro days and John Gruden talking these guys up. But I'm not fooled by it. I don't think anybody else is. So I'd be hard-pressed to see them jump out of that 4th pick. And I think Quinnen Williams is the guy, and in which case you do have to package some picks to move up if you want to nab a guy like Oliver or Sweat. Mm-hmm. But then again, the last 2 years, we've seen some real talent drop way down. Yep. Look at Derwin James.
And don't forget, the Sweat has a little bit. It's not like a Mo Hurst issue, but he does have a little bit of a heart thing.
Right.
So that might make teams. I think the smartest thing, if the Raiders are sold on Derek Carr, and that could take a whole. We could talk through the night about that one or not. If they're sold on Derek Carr and Derek Carr is their quarterback going forward, and I still think they'll take a quarterback in the mid rounds of this draft. Move around. They'll take a guy like maybe like a Ryan Finley or someone like that in the draft, which is fine. If they're sold on Derek Carr, internally, I'd be talking about these quarterback prospects until my face turned blue. I'd be asking about Kyler Murray. They worked him out today, by the way. Kyler Murray worked out with the Raiders today in their brass.
Yeah.
Not sure who was there, but Kyler worked out for them. I'd be talking to them to blue in the face, wanting teams to come up, because the Jets don't have a second-round pick. So if I'm the Raiders, I want teams to call out to the Jets and think that the Raiders are going to take a quarterback at 4 to come up and get their quarterback. Mm-hmm. The Jets trade down, they recoup that second-round pick, and these defensive players fall to them. So you can envision if a team, if the Raiders sell it hard enough and a team like, I don't know, Washington or Miami comes up to 3 to the Jets, they take their quarterback, then you're staring at Josh Allen, Quinnen Williams situation right in your face of a guy you take. And I think in that case, they'd probably take Josh Allen in that case. So, if I were they, and you'll see it the next couple weeks, Gruden's going to be talking about these guys and talking them up, I'd be selling the crap out of them. I'd just be like, look, these guys are great and blah, 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 hoping a team comes up to 3 to the Jets and the Raiders get the guy they want. That's smart business, guys. That's smart business to hope the Jets get out of there. And, you see it every year. These teams are quarterback thirsty. They want these guys on their roster. They want the 5th-year option. They need these guys. So if a team like Miami or a team like Washington comes up to pick 3, and one of these guys, the Raiders are in an even better position because one of these defensive guys falls to them. And it makes too much sense. So 2 things. I don't believe the quarterback smokescreen. I think Carr will be in this team. I think they take a quarterback in the mid-rounds. They have 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now.
Yeah.
So I think they might take a developmental guy in the middle round, something like that. But if I were them, I'd be selling the quarterback hard, hoping some team comes up to 3, take the quarterback, and then you have a Josh Allen, Quinn Williams debate on your hands at 4.
Right. Now we're kind of flirting with it a little bit. So tell me this. Every year the draft goes sideways, right? We got all these Twitter GMs. It's mock draft season right now. Everyone's feeling ultra confident about their picks. But what's the shocking draft scenario Raider fans haven't yet considered?
I'll say it like this. The shocking draft scenario would be the Raiders trading from 4 to 1 to come up to take Kyler Murray. Now, they have, like you said, it makes all the sense in the world. I mean, from this standpoint, they have all the collateral to do it. The Cardinals have a lot of holes. They took a quarterback last year. So on the surface, they wouldn't want a quarterback this year. They have a lot of holes in their team. The Raiders can give them what they want, whether it's pick 24 and all this kind of crap. And the Raiders come up and they put Kyler Murray on the roster with Derek Carr. All right? So it's not, hey, we're going to draft Kyler Murray and trade Derek Carr. No, it's Kyler Murray's on this roster with Derek Carr. Carr's a starter, but Murray's looking over his back. There's this little bit of me that, wants to shoot down the rumors of the quarterback stuff and all this kind of stuff. But Gruden, since he came back, is the ultimate wild card. You don't know what this dude's going to do. And I understand that Mayock's in there kind of talking him off the ledge on some of these issues and maybe telling him, John, stop. But ultimately, he has the final word. So if he falls in love with a Kyler Murray and he wants to trade up to 1, they're going to do it. And they're going to take Kyler Murray. And, if that happens, I think the whole world's going to freaking go crazy, guys. Because, I just think we'll set the world on fire. But they have the pieces to do it. And if Gruden really thinks this guy is a game-changing player, he might come up and get him.
Yeah. Eddie, April 25th, charge your phone. Guys, I'll say it to you like this. I hear I'm not trying to brag here, but I hear the picks before they're happening. Yeah.
On our set on Sirius XM NFL radio. Sometimes I don't want that job because it, kind of ruins me. So if I hear anything going on, they might as well just put a camera on my face, because if you see me just slump to the floor, you'll know that they traded up and did something crazy for Kyler Murray. But it's gonna. There's definitely going to be some type of fireworks. You know that there always is on draft night.
Yeah. So let's kind of double back a little bit here. We're talking again about free agency. The last time you were on, we spent a considerable amount of time talking Raider fans off the ledge regarding the exit of Marquette King. Now that seems like a lifetime ago, right? I mean, we were all on the same page when we were talking about that. These days, and kind of like, look how wrong we were. Look at our funny situation last year. But, I mean, I'm still okay with that whole situation. But these days, it seems like the talk is really kind of centered around Marshawn Lynch. He's on everybody's lips still. I got to keep reminding people Marshawn Lynch is a free agent. He's not on this roster. Mm-hmm. Does the Crowell signing spell the end for Lynch? I mean, what's the deal? I personally have been saying I don't think Lynch comes back. That's where I'm at on this. I think Lynch is done. I think he rides off into the sunset. I think when he tried to light that twig on the torch last year, that was a message.
I don't get it here. The only team that Marshawn Lynch is playing for is the Raiders. So there's no competition for his services. It's not like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to swoop in and sign Marshawn Lynch and the Raiders are going to left wanting. Marshawn's only wants to play in Oakland. The Raiders are his only option. And, I think I like the Crowell signing a lot. I think first of all, he's only 26 years old, guys. It feels like he's been in the NFL for 15 years. He's only 26.
The Jets will do that too.
He's been a part-time running back, so he's still got some tread on the tires. I like him. I don't think it spells the end to Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. But I don't think this Marshawn Lynch storyline is going to be over until he's not in the backfield or on the roster week 1, because a lot could happen. Guys can get hurt. You got to see how the draft. I'm not buying the draft. Raiders taking a Josh Jacobs in the first round.
Nah.
I just think this roster is so devoid of talent in so many areas. I just don't think a first round running back is worth it unless it's a generational Saquon Barkley, those type of guys.
Yeah.
This is a deep running back group in the draft. So you can get a guy in the mid rounds that can come in. I mean, this guy Miles Sanders from Penn State's rising up the draft board. There's a lot of guys Think of Bryce Love from Stanford. You guys neck of the woods out there coming off as it. I mean, guys like that you could take later on, take flyers on, see what happens. And don't forget, we still got Chris Warren, we still got Jalen Richard, we still got DeAndre Washington. This backfield is loaded. So, to answer your first question, I don't think the Marshawn door is closed, but the only door he has is the Raiders. So if he wants to play, it's only going to be the Raiders. And I just don't think, unless there's a major injury, that he's going to be on this roster next year come September.
Yeah, I think
the ship's sailed a little bit.
I think it's going to come down to if they got a few bucks left after the end of all these rookie signings. They bring back Marshawn for one farewell tour. He's been on a pitch count since he got here, so they bring him in and they spell him. Maybe he's a first half back. He's a tone setter, and you don't see.
Maybe he comes in. Maybe he comes in mid-year, guys. Maybe this team starts starts kind of hot or starts something and they need some fresh legs. Maybe he comes in and gets some. Like I said, they're his only option. He's only going to play for the Raiders, so it's not like they're fighting for his services anywhere. So It's basically if they want him, they could have him. At this point, I just don't think it's a need.
Bipolar Raider Nation, they want Lynch back, but they're ready to put Chris Warren in the Hall of Fame.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is. That's the fan base we all know and love.
Yes.
Speaking of which, hopes they're already high in Raider Nation. I'm still very cautious about what this team can do. I have them with a ceiling of about 8-8 next year, pre-draft. But what's the Raiders' Achilles heel headed into this season? I know defensive end is like the obvious one, but let's assume we shore that up into this draft. Okay, let's say we draft a stud pass rusher in this draft. What's the Achilles heel? What's the linchpin that the Raiders need to hang their hat on? Raider fans should hang their hat on. Where should they be cautious about this team? What's the concern?
If you look back to 12-4 until a couple years ago, and Derek Carr's season, and again, you can have this conversation about every quarterback in the National Football League. I still think the Achilles heel is the offensive line, guys. I mean, it's a big question mark because more than anything else, Derek needs a clean pocket. He's not a quarterback that does stuff with his legs that could extend the pocket. He needs a clean pocket. When he has a clean pocket, he's a great quarterback. He can make plays. And I think in the second year of John Gruden's offense, he's going to take a big leap. He showed it last year. I have no problems about Derek Carr. It's not the issue. Colton Miller struggled. Let's just say what it is. He struggled a lot. Yes, he was hurt. I get it. The right tackle, let's see how it plays out. Is Colton going to be the left tackle? Is Trent Brown going to be the right tackle, the most expensive right tackle in the history of the world? Or is it going to be vice versa? Who's playing right guard if Gabe Jackson moves over to left guard? I mean, you still have Rodney, you still have Gabe, you still have good players. But this team is not going to do anything if Carr gets sacked as much as he did last year. It's just not. You can bring all the defensive players you want. I mean, this team is just not going to be able to function. If Carr is the quarterback, they need to keep him clean. They need to cut the sacks in half. It's not going to be 16 sacks like it was in 2016. That was an unbelievable year by an unbelievable offensive line. They got to cut the sacks down. So I know a lot of people, and I'm a big Tom Cable fan. He's got a soft spot in my heart. I know Raider Nation wants to take him behind the woodshed and kill him, but this offensive line needs to operate. You spent the first-round pick on Colt Miller. He's got to play like a first-round pick. They got to protect Derek Carr. If they protect Derek Carr pre-draft, this is an 8. Like I agree with you. I think it's an 8 or 9-win team. If you hit a home run in the draft, expectations go higher. But you need solid offensive line play. You need this team. You need to be able to run the football in John Gruden's offense, and you need to protect Derek Carr. So, to me, I know the defense has a lot of holes on it, but it's going to come down to the offensive line. If Derek Carr gets sacked 40-plus times, it's going to be another rough year for the Raiders.
Man, that was crystal clear.
Yeah.
Just like my Sirius XM connection. Crystal clear. Unless I drive under a bridge, then we got a slight problem.
Can we get a shout out Can we get a shout out? I think the GOAT, Shane Leckler, announced his retirement today. We got to raise a glass to Shane Leckler today. What an unbelievable dude. And what a great punter. Definitely a Hall of Fame caliber punter. So I just want to give a shout out to Shano there. I saw him pictures of him today holding Miller Lite. It couldn't be any better stated for his career.
He's a workhorse, man. Props to you, Shane. Moment of silence for Shane's career. It's over. And we appreciate
he had a good run. He had a damn good run, man. Him and Jano, man. And Jano is still out there, too. Hopefully he latches on with the team. But both of them, man. I mean, they were, it's probably sad to say because our team sucked for so long. But Jano and Leckler were two mainstays we can count on week in and week out.
That's right.
Eddie, so far we've been in lockstep this whole interview. I agree with everything you said. And you know what? That's boring. It's real boring. So it's time for me to throw a little bit of spice in your game. And
let's do it.
it's a segment that we call the 2-minute drill.
Yep.
And you signed up for it. You said, I'm ready to go. So, Eddie Borsilli, I'm going to set the table for you. I'm going to let you know how this goes. You have longer than 2 minutes. There is no time limit on this drill. What it is 20 questions. Every other question that I pose to you is going to be a Raiders question. It could be present, it could be historical. And then I asked you earlier in the week, what are 2 categories you feel strong in? You said film and you said history. You were very broad.
Very aggressive. Very, very probably stupid on my part. But yeah.
So I'm going to give you 4 questions each in both of those categories for a total of 18, and then I got 2 completely random questions for you this week for a total of 20 questions. One of those questions is a daily double worth 2 points. So a perfect score today would be 21 out of 20. Currently, our high score is 13, shared by 2 people. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Are you ready to go?
Famous last words, but let's go.
You're a smart man, Eddie. You're a smart man. All right, question number 1. Where did the Raiders play their first season?
That would be Oakland.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. They actually played their first season at Kezar Stadium in San Francisco.
Yep, I knew that. I'm an idiot. Okay, continue.
It's early, man. It's early. You're 0 from 1.
It's early. I gotta shake the cobwebs off.
You can turn it around.
All right, this next question is a film question. What screenwriter has received the most Oscar nominations of all time?
Martin Scorsese?
That is incorrect.
Oh, man.
It's actually Woody Allen. Woody Allen.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, question number 3. Back to the Raiders. Marcel Aitman currently wears the number 88. Who was the last player to wear that number for the Silver and Black? 88.
Warren Wells?
Oh, you're going back real far. Unfortunately, it was Clive Walford.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He's kind of forgettable, so you can forgive me on that one.
It's true. It's true. I didn't say it was going to be easy.
Sure.
All right, next question. Who was the first democratically elected president of Russia?
Holy crap.
Wasn't too long ago.
Listen,
Wasn't too long.
Wasn't too long ago. Vladimir Putin.
Oh man, it was Boris Yeltsin.
That's what I said, though. I said Putin too.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you guys hit me with uppercuts here.
All right. Here's a good one for you. You got this one. I got faith in you. Once a Raider, always a Raider. This young man was dealt to Minnesota for Randy Moss in 2005.
Oh my God.
Defensive player. I'll give you that.
My God. Jeez, dude. I'm blanking here. It's terrible. I got nothing.
Napoleon Harris.
God almighty, man. Jeez.
It's the music, Eddie. It's the music.
I know. Jeez, I'd be the worst. I feel like I got a spotlight on my head. This is bad, man. I'm going to set the all-time worst record here.
All-time worst is what, 6?
6. Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm rolling in that territory here.
And, hey, that was your boy Austin Gale, so don't feel so bad.
Oh, all right. Okay, I don't feel so bad.
He's a smart guy. Name the highest grossing film of the 1980s. There was one film made the most money in the 1980s.
E.T.
Bam! There you go, Eddie.
Thank God.
There you go, Eddie. You're on the board.
Schneid here, man. Off the schneid.
By the way, shout out to Matt Schneidman.
Yes.
In 1976, the Raiders had a 13-1 regular season record en route to their first Super Bowl championship. However, the Raiders would not make it there. To which team did Oakland suffer their only... Actually, no, that isn't correct. Let me back that up.
There you go.
In 1976, the Raiders would win the Super Bowl with a 13-1 regular season record. Who was the only team the Raiders lost to during that contest?
That would be the New England Patriots.
There you go.
That is correct. Back on the board 2 in a row. Does not feel good.
Oh,
It feels good.
No, it's
feels
not
good.
Here's another history question for you. What was the first city in the world, it's worldwide, what was the first city to reach a population of 1 million people?
First city to reach 1 million population. Would that be Rome in Italy?
Bam!
That is correct.
Bam!
All right, let's go, baby.
What did I tell you, Che? I thought he was going to say New York City.
Yeah, you said you thought you was going to say New
I
York.
was going to say Staten Island, New York. I do better than that.
The New Yorkers are proud, though. All right, question number 9. This is a good one. This is a tough one, so pay attention. Prior to 2017, this is a Raiders question, by the way. This is Raiders. Prior to 2017, 13 of the 14 field goals of 55-plus yards were kicked by Sebastian Janikowski. But who had the first? First Raider.
Who had the
first Raider.
Yeah, say it one more time. So first field goal, 55 yards plus.
Yeah, first ever 55-plus yard field goal kicked by an Oakland Raider. Kicked by a Raider, I should say.
I'm going to say Jeff Jager.
Ooh. Good guess. Sorry. But that was incorrect.
Little further back.
Chris Barr. Chris
Barr. Damn it. That's a good one.
Cuddy. All right, question number 10. We're halfway through this now. This is a music question, but it's film related. All right. What artist sang the 1986 song Danger Zone from Top Gun? Che, hit him with the bar. Hit him with the hook.
Flying to the danger zone.
Would that be the one, the only Kenny Loggins?
You're goddamn right.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
What a great song. What a great song.
He's going to be listening to that on his way to the draft.
Right?
Yeah.
There you go.
In more ways than one.
All right, here we go. This question every single week on our show, so you got to get it right. In what year was the Raiders organization formed?
$1960.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Boom. Thank you.
You'd be shocked how many people get that wrong. Now you got 5 right. You got 5 right. So
I like the history questions more than the Clive Wolford questions. You know what I mean?
Okay. I think you'd be all right. All right, here.
Yeah.
Back to history. This is a first random question of the night.
Oh, the randos. These are good.
Let's go. I'm into it. Let's go.
U.S. geography is a category. Name the only U.S. state whose land area is still growing.
U.S. state that land area. U.S. state that land area is still growing. Alaska?
That is incorrect. Correct answer was Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay, I was close.
Yeah.
Kind of close.
Actually, they're not close at all.
They're not close, but you know what I mean. Come on.
Right.
Give me a break.
Okay,
Partial credit.
They're not part of the lower 48. So in that regard, you are close. I got to work on being nicer to, I guess. I'm glad you guys all tuned in for Eddie's last appearance on the show. He's probably never going to respond to my messages.
No, come on, man. That's fun.
All right, here we go. Back to the Raiders. So you're going to like this one. Before Khalil Mack in 2016, who was the last Raider to win Defensive Player of the Year from the Associated Press?
Howie Long.
Ooh. Came quick.
Damn.
Good guess, but it was the judge, Lester Hayes.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a great question, man. Holy crap. I would never think of that in a million years.
Yeah, Howie got robbed. Howie was robbed, for sure.
How we got robbed. Lester Hayes. Great question. Damn.
Right. Question number 14. How long did the 100 Years' War last? Here's a hint. It began in 1337.
Yes.
Great hint. I got it now.
116 years.
Oh!
That's correct.
Thank you. I was doing math in my head like an idiot there.
All right.
I paid attention in fifth grade geography.
You're fucking right, you did.
In history. Yeah.
All right. He hasn't been stalling.
No, not at all, man.
No stalling.
You haven't hit him with one. You're stalling yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Who played a club record 210 consecutive games for the Silver and Black?
210.
You're stalling.
I'm sorry. All right, I got Jim Otto.
There you go.
That was correct.
Woo!
I really hope you're not Googling these answers.
I got nothing in front. The only thing I got in front of me is a glass of wine. That's basically it. All right.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
By the way, you're up to 7 now.
Good for the heart, I hear.
That's right. You need it right now.
You're up to 7 correct. So you're up to 7 correct. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. You're doing all right, man. You're doing pretty damn good.
The first couple hit me with a couple haymakers. I don't know if I was in the last.
Come out strong, Eddie. Come out strong.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a film question for you. This is a layup. Bruce Willis, the fabulous Bruce Willis, plays a time-traveling criminal in what movie?
Shit.
In 3, 2, 1.
You're stalling.
Die Hard 27. I have no idea.
That is incorrect. It was actually 12 Monkeys. 12
Monkeys. I've actually never seen it. Obviously.
Oh,
good film. I know what you're doing after this.
Yeah, I got homework. I guess. Yeah.
There you go.
All right, here we go. Question number 17. Okay, 4 left. 50 career fumbles is the most ever in Raiders history. Who dropped the ball?
Career fumbles means you had a lot. The late great Clem Daniels.
Oh,
good guess. But incorrect.
Rest in peace, brother.
It was actually you got to think volume. It was Marcus Allen. Marcus Allen.
That's what I was trying to think of, guys that were on for a while. Yeah, I got it. It's a good one.
Okay. All right, here we go. 3 left. Who was the first U.S. president to be impeached?
Andrew Jackson.
Oh!
Close.
Damn it.
Andrew Johnson.
Oh, my God. I meant that. That's what I meant. That's my Staten Island accent for you.
All right. Last 2 questions here. This question right here happens to be your daily double. This is worth 2 points.
Excellent.
So there's 2 answers to this question. I'll give you a point for each one. If you get 1 out of 2, you still get 1 point. It's a pretty good deal.
All right.
Only 2 quarterbacks in Raiders history have passed for 6 touchdowns in a single game. Name them.
In a single game. Darryl LaMonica?
Bingo.
Correct.
And I want to say Rich Gannon.
Oh.
Close. I think Gannon had 5 maybe in a game. It was actually Tom Flores. Tom Flores was the second guy, but you came out of there.
Flores.
Yeah, you got 1 out of the 2, so you're sitting at 8 correct right now. You got 1 left. Our final random question of the evening. This happens to be human anatomy.
Human
anatomy. How many chromosomes are found in human DNA? You're off by 44. There's actually 46 chromosomes.
Yeah, that was my second guess,
Possibly Lyle Alzado.
Oh, man.
I'm just playing.
3 Mile Out, baby.
But, hey, not too shabby.
Yeah.
You got 8.
That was the most nerve-wracking thing I've had in a long time, guys. Jeez, my heart rate is racing here.
The draft is going to be easy after this.
Right?
Easy.
All right, draft is easy after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, after they trade all their first round picks for Colin Murray, I'll be good to go.
Don't do us like that, Eddie. Don't do us like that.
Sorry.
Eddie, man,
that was fun, guys. That was cool.
Still haven't made it out to New York, but we're hoping to come out there this year to see the Jets game. At which point, I hope to go to Lee's Pizza and get a white clam pie.
There you go, right?
God, I could go for one of those right now, and I will definitely be at the Jet game this year. Looking forward to it.
All right,
with the Staten Island chapter and Raiders NYC and all those guys. So, hope you guys can make it out there. I always love chatting. Don't make it a year next time so we could chat. You know, I'm not just a draft guru. You know, we could talk about a lot of things here. Let's go.
Let's do that. Let's touch base maybe right after the season starts. We'll see how this team starts out. Have Eddie back on the show, recap the draft, and see where we're sitting. We'll see where we're sitting early season.
That sounds great.
I appreciate it, Eddie. I really do.
Sounds good, guys. Always good chatting with you guys.
Yes, sir. You get some rest, man. Go kind of decompress a little bit. and
I'm gonna go start Googling anatomy questions. Next time.
All right, boss. Thanks again. We look forward to talking to you real soon, boss.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, peace.
Peace.
What a great sport.
That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Cool.
That's cool, man.
Not too bad, man. 8 out of 20 isn't bad.
He didn't finish last. That's for damn sure. So, he can walk out of here with his head held high.
So, Angry at 8. Malik tied for the lead with 13.
Yep.
Raider Rue, obviously, with 13. Dwayne Douglas, he had 9. You know, our staff doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing okay.
Staying in there.
They're
in the game.
Chris Simmons with 9. So 9, 8 seems to be about the average right now. So Eddie's right up in there. This wasn't easy. If it was all Raiders questions, you guys would do all right. But got to make it interesting.
Yeah, spice it up a little bit.
So should we take a break right now?
Let's hit this break, dog.
I'm sweating after that, bro. I was nervous, dog. All right, we're gonna take a short break, and we'll see you guys on the other side. We out here.
Peace.
Side. We told you we'd be here.
Yeah.
And here we are. Just saying during the break right now that the Crow's Nest podcast, you haven't checked it out yet. The Pillaging Podcast is just the tailgate for the Crow's Nest podcast. Crow's Nest podcast, the best way to describe it is how?
You said boneless Pillaging Podcast last week, which would mean Raiderless.
It's Raiderless.
Right? It's not necessarily Raiderless. It's just not Raider focused.
Look, the best way to describe it is it's the Pillaging Podcast after dark.
There you go.
There you go. Gloves are off. No holds barred. You want more Kenny and Che? We're giving that to you. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's not on the Pillaging stream. Just search the Crow's Nest podcast. There's a few of them out there, but we're the most recent, so it should show up in your search results. We're everywhere: Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. We're not on YouTube yet with that one, but it's out there. Everywhere podcasts are found, you will find that. So
that's right.
Let's get on with it, man. We had some phone calls here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Start with this one Friday at 5:33 p.m. Coming out from the 760, and this looks like it's Pomona Raider.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che?
What's up?
What's up, brother?
It's Big Dog coming out of Pomona Raider. It's calling with such a Surgeon podcast. Shit was funny as hell, man. Hey, Hardcore Radio, I fuck with you, man. I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Call the ex and be like, I love you. I miss you. Nah, you cool, man. That was a good one and shit. Fuck it, man. It was a good little phone call. A good little podcast. Hey, let me know what you guys think about this and shit. Just watching all the fucking offensive playmakers, you know, they're limited, but then all of a sudden, what seemed to be a weakness in the draft is now looking pretty damn good with these receivers, man. I mean, I know we talk about we need nothing but defense, but when you look at the top offenses from last year, the Rams, the Chiefs, them fuckers, man, they made it pretty damn deep in the playoffs with having no defense. And even the team that won the Super Bowl, the Patriots, I believe they had a pretty bad defense too. So, fuck with me with this. What do you think if we went and fucking John Gruden went nuts and said, you know what, we got 2 first-round picks next year. Let's go and go defense. Let's get one guy in the top of the first this year, then go defense, mainly next year. And what if we went and say either, I saw Ed Oliver, that motherfucker's like little Warren Sapp. I mean, I'm off of the Joe Bosa shit. I'm down for some Ed Oliver. And then with the first pick, or move down a little bit, and then what if we fucking got like Josh Jacobs and then Hollywood Brown with the next 2 first-round picks? Man, could you imagine that fucking offense or something along those lines of, or even A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, either one of the Browns, just fucking put 3 Browns back there. Fuck it. But A.J. Brown, man, that fool looks like a little Juju Smith-Schuster, man. Got a little bit of that in him. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? And then come back with the first, second-round pick and pick up a tight end or some shit. Man, our offense would be fucking fire. And then we could go ahead and score them 30 points a game. Carr looks like he'll be protected because, I mean, man, my lady hates Carr, but, man, we had 2 rookies that are battling injury as tackles. Kalechi and fucking Gabe were hurt as well most of the year. I mean, he had no protection. And he got a little skittish and shit. So let's see what he could do this year. Fuck it, man. I say we go all offense. Let's make this shit fucking exciting. We drink for every touchdown at the Godfather's house. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know about you guys, but Chela time sounds very damn good all season. Let me know what you guys think, man. I like Brian Burns. That motherfucker looks like Von Miller. But, I don't know. Hit me back up. Hope everything's well. It's Friday on my way to work. And Chela time comes at 3. All right, players.
Yeah. It's always time for a Chela.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be drinking Chelas all next year, like he said, either in celebration or in sorrow. But we won't stop drinking. That's for damn sure.
But the Chelas are going to get drank regardless.
My headphones are melted. There were some hot takes all over that call. First of all, Pomona Raider, we fuck with you heavy. But I got to disagree with a lot of your call. I think that the work we did with the wide receiver group in the free agency was, as Mayock said, done so that we could be more surgical in the draft, right? Don't have to waste a draft pick on a wide receiver. There seems to be, the last few years, a playmaker, wide receiver, or 2 or 3 coming out of the draft in one of the first 3 rounds. So I don't see us doing that. I think if we're going to go offense in the first round, it's either going to be a shocker where the Raiders take a quarterback, or it's going to be, like I've been saying, getting a tight end, whether it's Fant or Hawkinson. Or I'd be shocked to see him take a running back in the first and second round, but I would not be surprised to see another offensive lineman, whether it's a guard, probably most likely a guard, or a tackle they can move to guard, a guy that can play either or coming out of college. So I think as far as offense go in this draft, that's what you're going to be looking at. But if you really look at, what hasn't been done in free agency, it's defensive line. And, I don't think all 4 picks are going to go there, but defensive line, whether it's linebacker or edge rusher or interior defensive lineman, look at that. And wouldn't be shocked to see either a tight end or a lineman in that first round.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Listen, I think all the moves that we've seen dictate that we're gonna go heavy defense and probably heavy defensive line. Hitting the middle and the outsides of that line.
Okay.
That's what I feel like the moves that we've made in the offseason. Honestly, the wide receiver, like you said, you fucking traded for AB, and then you signed a free agent, right? In Williams, and so there's not a whole lot of room for a draft pick early on.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you do that. I think the earliest you would see somebody, if anybody does get drafted, wide receivers would be the second, and even then, I'm starting to feel like that would be too early to take a wide receiver.
I'm thinking third. I think a lot of these guys fall. I know.
But we don't have a 3rd round pick, right?
Yeah, we do.
We have a 3rd round pick. I thought it was a 4th. I thought we gave away our 3rd round pick.
Yeah, that's right. That was the Mac pick, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like we got that back. Hold on. Let me see.
It's 12477, right, or something like that, or some shit like that, somewhere around there.
So let me see here. Yeah, no, we got one.
We got 3 ones.
Yeah, we got
2. We got a second round pick, right? The 35th. Was it 35th or 35th, right?
Yeah.
But we don't got that third though.
Why you gotta hit me with one of these? Yeah, we got a pick number 66 in the third round.
Do we?
And we got that one back.
When did we get that shit back?
It was in a trade. Shit, man. Actually, no. I think that third round pick might be next year because it's not saying that we got it from anyone.
How old is that though, dog? How old is that though? Because here we go.
This was a month ago.
Yeah, there you go. That's too late. Grizz says we have 3 firsts, second, 4th, 5th, and 2 7s.
Because the Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
trade.
exactly. We gave up. Gave up the what was that? 3 and 5?
Yeah, 3 and 5. Yeah, you're right.
Or 3 and 6. Maybe.
My bad.
I don't know. 3 and some shit. Like
I'm over
that,
here
right?
getting sloppy.
3 and 6. Yeah, 3 and 6.
But yeah, I don't see. I think a lot of the wide receivers in this draft are a little bit overhyped. I'm not big on DK. I think he's got bust written all over him. I think someone's going to take him too high. And the rest of the guys, you got a couple guys talented coming off injury. I look for the wide receiver group to slide a little bit in this draft.
And honestly, with this receiving crew that we currently have, the only guy that I would look to pick up, I would have looked to pick up a guy like DK. Honestly, not when you have William Terrence.
Tyrell.
Tyrell's a big dude.
Yeah,
he's big. He's fast. He covers that. So why would you want? I know fucking DK looks like a god and. Fucking, he's ready. He's ready to fucking bench press everybody.
You don't draft wide receivers based on what they look like with their shirt off, though.
Exactly. But I think that the receiver that would fit into this group the best would be a slot receiver like a Paris Campbell or Eddie Isabella, right? Which I think you would take no sooner than that 35th pick, and even then I'm kind of saying like it's too early, dog. Yeah. So we don't have a third. We're gonna have to hope that they're still around at the 4th, maybe later.
No 3rd, no 6th though. Look for him to play around a little bit, maybe in that 4th, 5th round. But thanks for the call, Pomona. It looks like you called in again about 11 hours later. So that call came in at 5:30 p.m. on a Friday. This next call at 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So this should be interesting. 4 a.m. What happens at 4 a.m., dog?
Yo, it's not about what happens at 4 a.m. It's what happened previously to 4 a.m., dog. Facts.
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che?
There's a different energy already on this call.
In honor of my big homeboy, fucking hardcore Raider. Got off of work at 4 in the morning, getting faded. And it's that time of year, so I said, you know what? I got a draft day saved on my fucking TV. And watch this shit. That's what we do. Raider fans, we live for the draft because it's been so bad. But it's all right though, because this year we got 3 first round picks. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching draft day, and drink a Chela, smoke your little fucking pen, because I got my OG Kush pen, and trip the fuck out because Mike man, Big Cock Mayock is over there
BCM.
in fucking as their GM of the fucking Browns. Same shit. Gruden is a motherfucking coach. Same shit. The coach doesn't want to coach rookies. He likes veterans. Well, guess what? When Gruden won some shit, or at least he got the MVP, was Rich Gannon. So after fucking that one dude, Brad Johnson, left the fucking Bucks, he hated Chris Sims. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're gonna stay with Carr. And what else? Let me think. I mean, look at the whole setup. They already have a quarterback, but the whole hot big splash shit is a motherfucking their quarterback, Bo Callahan, Kyler Murray. Fuck that. They end up picking a linebacker and a running back, and that might be possible with us, or White, or fucking the dude from Michigan. and the 4th pick, and then we get fucking Josh Jones with the 24th pick. I mean, man, I'm fucking faded. But it's all right, though.
It's all right, though.
Because
It's all right,
we're not
bro.
the Browns. We win motherfucking NFL championships. And we got 3 of them. They losers still. But, yeah, dog. So what do you think? What do you guys think about that? If we did that, 27th pick, we get Hollywood Brown. 34th pick, we go ahead and pick a fucking cornerback or a safety. Adderley or fucking Rock Ya-Sin. Something in the back end. Dude, we'd be ready to rock because Big Mayock, he's got us ready to compete and not fucking just look forward to the draft 2 years from now and shit. You know what I'm saying? We're there. All right, you guys. I'm pretty fucked up. But fuck it. Talk to you guys later.
You don't say. Yeah, no, I'm off any wide receivers in that first round. No. But and I've never seen Draft Day. Shout out to Kevin Costner. I'd like to see Dances with Wolves Draft Day mashup. That would be a fire movie.
Yep.
So we're going to say in this 760, and this one came in at 2:30 this afternoon. So this is hot off the press.
What up, guys? It's WAP.
Wapo.
Sunday. I'm working all fucking morning. Tired. And what else is going on? Not much. Raiders picked up Brandon Marshall. I called that shit about 7 podcast shows ago, so I want my props. I told you it was going to happen. I already knew it. I don't know why. I just knew it. I don't think he's a bum either. I think he's just... That Broncos team was kind of fucked up. The secondary got messed up. He got messed up. He was playing with injuries, so I don't know. I'd like to see him play better. Vontaze Burfict, whatever you want to say his fucking name. I think that's a decent pickup.
Having a hard time kind of hearing what's going on.
Yeah, a
in that call.
little bit.
So I appreciate the phone call, WAP. You're always bringing fire every week, but I got to get out of that one. I just can't understand what you're saying right there. Let's go to the 360. Again, this came in this afternoon at 5:30. The 360 was
Kenny, Che, Cain. What's up, Pillagers? This is Pete.
Ooh, Pete coming out. Shout out of a cannon. You hear that? You hear that?
Yeah, he's got the energy, dog.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
How
ready.
you doing? Anyways, so, guys, yeah, just one thing from last week I wanted to touch up on, because I listened to the end of the episode, and I'm sure a lot of other people did too, is,
By the way, thank you for everyone that tweeted at me. A lot of people hashtag gone. Those of you that stayed to the end. By the way, we are on the air this week, so I understand I might have confused some of you. I was complaining about the prior week.
Right.
We're on the air. We might take off Easter Sunday, just to let you know. We might take off Easter Sunday. Which I think is also the same weekend as 420. So y'all are going to probably forget that anyway. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real.
Facts.
But if
Bobby
you-
Wasabi, shout out.
Stay to the end. Stay to the end. If you're listening, stay to the end. Because I said it last week. I'll say it again. We stayed at the end of the show when we're on, when we're off the air. And a lot of people are like, I tell you guys, we're off the air this next week. And then, Sunday, no show? No show this week? Bro, I told you. There will be a show next week. I'm just letting you know. Who's coming on next week? Is it Kendra? I think it's Kendra.
Kendra.
Stabler. So, yeah. All right, back to Pete. My bad.
we all knew, I knew, and a lot of other people I think knew, in defense of these, we all knew that you were going to go off the air for the 1 week. I just didn't memorize the date. That's my attention span. That's my problem. Anywho, in Raider news, another week of crazy signings. Isaiah Crowell, Luke Wilson. Up here in Washington State, they worship Luke Wilson, but I think he's a little washed. And last week, Kenny, you had the question because people say that we should draft a running back in the later rounds. Well, you said who will it be? If you ask me, I think Myles Gaskin and Bryce Love will be there in the 5th round. One of University of Washington, and the other guy from Stanford. Those are our 2 running backs. Outside of that, I don't think we're taking a running back this year. But we'll have to see. Anywho, have a good one, guys. Thanks for having me on.
That's what's up.
Yeah, astute, nice, quick, short, concise, informative.
To the point.
If we're going to take a running back, last year was the year to do that, right? Last year was pretty pretty plentiful in terms of running backs. I think we sit this one out. If you get a guy, it's project. But, I mean, you guys want to draft a running back, but you also got Chris Warren in the Hall of Fame. Make up your damn mind.
Right.
I think Pete's right. I think we sit this one out. And next year, draft a running back.
I mean, there's practice squad, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
There's practice squad. I'm just saying. You got to get 90. They don't all make it on the field day one on game day, bro.
90 is a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a magic number.
Yeah. I mean, I might have pulled 90 Nakas in my life.
Oh, shit. Nakas. Shout out Bobby again.
I don't remember all of them. Some of them stayed on the practice squad.
Oh, damn.
Some of them were low down on the roster. You got that call list. You got them ranked. Yeah.
Oh, man. I felt a new segment for fucking Crow's Nest.
90 Nakas. Damn, bro. You trying to go through my black book. Nah. I threw that away when I met my lady.
There you go.
Because she's the only one.
There you go. There you go.
What is it? Was that the Michelet phone call? You're the only one for me. Say you love me.
You said you love me.
Dr. Dre, yo, you know you're the only one for me. Hell yeah. No, shout out to my lady Sophie, man. We actually got to spend some time this weekend. That was nice. That was real nice.
Yeah, man.
We're back to the 760, man.
There you go.
Big work down there.
Oh yeah.
Is there a couch in the 760 that we can crash on? Because damn, I feel like we owe y'all a visit down there. 760. I'm beginning to think like the 760 is like that fake area code you see on phones in the movies. A lot of activity down there. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see what's up.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che? What up, Pillagers? It's C. John Fish down here.
Hold on. C. John Fish, much respect. But did you feel like that wind up was going to come up like much louder? Like, listen to that again. Listen to that again.
What up, Kenny? What up, Che? What up, Pillagers? It's C. John Fish down here in Oceanside. I got kind of a couple quick takes right now. First of all, I feel like the linebacking core is pretty fucking solid.
Huh?
I mean, back in the day, we had Eric Barton and Greg Beekert and Romo. And Romo was a maniac. Check. Perfect. Greg Beekert was steady. Check. Brandon Marshall. And I don't remember the first one. The delivery services are too good down here in Oceanside. But I mean, fucking
shout out.
Keep getting excited, everybody. It's time to fucking sell out a section, go to a tailgate, go to the Collie one last time.
Hell yeah.
And do it to it.
That's right.
Enjoy the weather, guys. Peace.
Peace out, brother.
A couple things. We'll work backwards on this call. Those of you that think that 2019 is the last year in Oakland, here's a hot take for you. It's not. We will be here for 2 more years. Already some construction delays in Vegas. Like about 4 days out. People say, oh, that's not a big deal. There's always going to be delays in construction. Now, for credit, Vegas, they get it done fast out there. Vegas is no stranger to building new shit. Big, shiny, very complicated buildings. But that, I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, and I know you will, but I believe that stadium is scheduled to be finished in August of 2020. And that's cutting it pretty close.
It's close.
Because the preseason starts like what, mid-August? August 16th-ish. So any more delays on that project, I don't see them jumping into Vegas like mid-season. I think if we miss 1 week of preseason or even, I'll give them preseason. You know, maybe they're done by regular season. We get in there week 1. But any longer, I think you miss week 1 in Vegas, it's a whole nother year in Oakland.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
I think, I mean, why would you want to start in Oakland and then just up and root? You know, you just stay put.
No.
At that point, because you would have had to take out another fucking lease in Oakland anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like Oakland's going to say like, oh yeah, we'll rent it to you for a fucking day, dog.
Yeah.
They might. The fuck they will, bro. The fuck they will. They'll be like, oh yeah, no problem. Hey. Oh, how many days you need? Oh, Week 1, week 2. Oh, we got you.
This ain't no by the hour.
We got you. We got you.
By the
Nah,
hour
fuck
motel.
that. Hell no, bro.
$40 an hour. Yeah. Shout out to the Oaks Motel on Monterey Street. Hey, shout out. Some
Knock
shit.
us. They came back.
I've never stayed at that hotel, but
Right.
I've had many deliveries at that, many drop offs.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, when that door opens, there's no telling what you're going to see. I've seen some. Wow.
Thanks.
Save that for the crow's nest.
You should have that fucking Tone Loc fucking drop right now. Wow. Thanks.
Hey, if you guys are interested in hearing some of my delivery boy stories, tune into the crow's nest.
Oh, there you go.
Might have to drop one tonight. Yeah, and so the stadium thing, I kind of got lost on that. But he's talking about the linebacker core being solid. Che, I'm kind of putting you on the spot right now, but if you don't mind, list off our linebacking core right now. If you miss a couple, no problem, but list off the linebacking core right now.
So you got Vontaze Burfict, right? I'm gonna start off with the newbies, right?
Okay.
You got Brandon Marshall, you got Markel Lee, you got your Penn State product. What's your boy's name? Why am I trying to blank right now?
Lee?
No.
Oh.
Markel Lee's out of
okay.
Markel's out of fucking where the fuck did we get Markel out of?
Kmart. And Hollister.
You fucked up, dog. No, man, your boy, the Gruden grinder, dog.
Morrow.
No, not Morrow. Penn State.
Oh, you're talking about Whitehead.
No, Whitehead's out of Detroit.
I don't know where these guys went to school, bro.
I'm talking about your boy who we put on the squad. Man, God damn it, chat. Help us out. Kabinda, goddammit.
Oh, Jason Kabinda. Okay.
Kabinda, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, you named off the rest of them, so there you go.
Right. Hold on. Let me check really quick. Hold on.
I don't even know what's happening over here, dog.
No boner.
Oh, shit. Hey.
Not excited. Not excited.
You guys got that fresh unzip.
Hey, the Dickies, always crispy. I got the crease in the Dickies too. Recognize, respect. I'm not excited about that, man. I don't think it's solid. I think you got a mix of young players that haven't. Maybe they've reached their potential. They're plug and play guys. There's no playmakers in that group, and you got a lot of older guys that were once playmakers that are here, to retire as Raiders and maybe give us one last spurt of energy. But I don't see it.
I'll say this: there is potential, but don't we go into every fucking year?
Potential's a coach killer.
Don't we go into every year with the feeling that we have some potential?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
We went into last season feeling like the linebacking core had potential with Lee and Morrow and maybe Navarro Bowman comes back and that kind of shit, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? So you're right. Got to pump the brakes. We can't get too excited, y'all.
Hey, bro.
Okay, nothing is happening.
Navarro Bowman's coming back, bro. Navarro Bowman's coming back.
Nah, we didn't see that motherfucker.
And then what?
We didn't see that motherfucker. But listen, obviously with the signing of Burfict and Brandon Marshall, that's going to excite some people.
Burfict.
It's going to make it. You got that shit?
No, that's the other show. That's the other show.
You should cross that over.
I know.
You should cross that one over. But no, man, there's reason to feel a little bit more
Perfect.
There you go.
I do got it. Look at that.
I would say you could feel a little bit, less pessimistic.
I'm pretty pessimistic, dog.
Your boy Katie likes to look down on things. Hey, but you know what?
I'm just keeping it real, man.
You
Trying to keep it level.
you're
Here's the thing, Raider Nation.
Ting ting.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Raider Nation loves signing players whose names they recognize. It don't matter how old they are.
It's true.
I know that guy because I recognized his name. He was a baller like 5 years ago. He's going to come out. He's going to, Raider tradition, sign these older guys. Shout out Dapper Dan, by the way, because we had this talk last Tuesday. I think it's cool. Perfect. I like it. I like that signing. Brandon Marshall is cool. It's cool, but if you think these guys are going to be the difference between this year's linebacking core and last year's linebacking core, I think you're in for a rude awakening. I don't think it's it yet. I think these are stopgap guys. They're going to come in. They know where they need to be. They can line people up, but I'm not seeing it yet, man. Core of linebackers, they're slow, bro. Just not seeing it yet. What are you smiling about over there? What am I missing?
No, this is a very protective Kenny right here, man. But you know what? We went out on a line. Me most of all, right? A couple seasons ago, I was like 13-3.
Yeah, you did.
We're going 13-3.
Yeah,
and you weren't on board necessarily with me, but you took a plunge. You took a plunge.
I said 10-6. You said 11-5.
Well, this is last season,
year, yeah.
though. Okay,
damn,
but
we
you
were
took
wrong.
Yeah, you took a plunge with me.
Hey,
okay?
shout out to me for having that on the notes right here. I'm still riding with it right here.
Which, by the way, that's coming up soon, dog. The predictions are coming up quickly,
real quick.
And your boy's already been all over this, so we'll see what the draft looks like, and we'll see what Kenny decides, because your boy's already saying 8-8.
Yeah.
So listen, I get it. You don't want to get your hopes up too much, right? You don't want to get your hopes up too much.
Yeah.
You're gonna save face. You've been burned. We've been burned, bro.
I'm trying not to look like an asshole.
Yeah, bro. We've all been burned, dog. That makes sense to me. But you know what? Your boy over here, he's gonna say, you know what? You might be onto something. There might be something there. I'm not so quick to say that we have nothing going on. I'm not so quick to say that we have nothing going on. But
I didn't say
it's
that.
a lot of unproven potential, right? A lot of unproven potential. We'll see what we look like, come preseason.
They keep saying Moreau, he's going to develop. He's going to be a playmaker. He shows a lot of potential. Haven't seen it yet. Markel Lee, he's learning the system. He was tutored by Bowman. He can get these guys lined up. Haven't quite seen it yet. Kabinda, flashed a little bit last year. Good to see the guy back on the squad. And then with all these new signings, every article I read, quote unquote, hoping to reinvigorate their career in Oakland. How many times have we fucking heard that from players that are hoping to reinvigorate their career, and then by week 9 we don't see those guys anymore? So I'm just saying, pump the brakes on your enthusiasm. It's okay to be wrong when you're on this side of the equation, but if you're going all out saying this linebacking core is solid and it's dialed in, when you got a guy like White in the draft just sitting there, a guy that maybe we can get, look, this linebacking crew can be upgraded a lot. The ceiling is up there, and we haven't hit it yet. There's a lot of work to do with this linebacking core. I don't even care. I'll go back 15 years, dog. How many times are we getting gashed over the middle of our defense?
Right.
Every single time. Can't cover the screen, and we're getting gashed over the middle, and that's been every Raiders team year in and year out since I don't even know when. I'm tired of hearing people bring up Greg Bickert's name. I'm tired of hearing about Napoleon Harris, yo. Yeah. I'm tired of that shit.
You're absolutely right, dog. I mean, and I was talking about another motherfucker, right? Kirk Morrison last week, talking about how he, shouted him out for being the guest host of the Rich Eisen show. But honestly, we haven't had a solid linebacker, and even then, there was times where we were like, man, I wish they were a little bit better, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we haven't really had those solid, like, we don't have to worry about the linebacking core anymore kind of guys. We haven't had those guys for a long motherfucking time. And when we drafted, what's his name out of fucking Alabama? Was it your boy? He lasted what, like 2 seasons?
Rolando
McClain.
Yeah, fuck out of
we
here.
thought, oh, here we go. We finally got a hitter. We got a number 1 at that. And then no.
Some of them a bitch.
No. He what did he do? He had like some big slam on the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And everybody jumped out their seats.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then it was all downhill after that.
Real quick.
All downhill after that.
He tried to shoot a gun.
So I feel
in
you,
someone's
dog.
Face. And somebody just said, I thought Markel Lee played pretty good last year. He did play pretty good last year.
Yeah.
Do you want your linebacking core when you get to the end of the season to be like, they played pretty good? No. It's the fucking Oakland Raiders, dog.
Yeah.
We got a history of linebackers that played pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Until, we hit the modern era. Mm-hmm. And then it's been a brick wall ever since. So I'm holding out optimism until I see otherwise. Yes, I hope these guys can reinvigorate their career in Oakland. But all I got to go on is last year, and right now I'm not that impressed with everyone that's landed here with their last year and other squads, and I'm not really impressed with our squad from last year. So we'll see. And I know some of that has to do with help up front, and it's puzzle pieces all clicking together. But anyway, so Pete, look at that, man. You sparked a great conversation. That's a good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
And your boy Pete is in the chat right now.
He is. Pete's always in the chat.
Yeah.
Pete's an official pillager.
You're fucking right.
719. By the way, official pillager, I say it all the time. I got a list, right? So I don't spend a lot of time on the timeline. I got 2 lists on the pillaging account. I got the CNPN list, which has everybody in there. So I can go through and I can retweet and I can conversate with y'all. And then I got another list called official pillagers. If you feel like you're an official pillager, tweet at us, either at Che, Pillaging Pod, or Kenny Stapler.
There you go.
Let me know why you should be added to that list, official pillager.
Right.
Do that now. Don't crash the car. Last call of the night comes from the 719. Let's check it out. Let's see what's up. We'll see what's up.
Pillager is this hardcore raider calling from Donkeyville.
Yeah.
Full of jackasses. Just wanted to say a little tidbit here. Pretty excited. Pretty awesome off season. I'm thinking, I don't know what you guys think about all this additions. We just got Marshall and then, running back. Not huge flashes, but, something to add to the pot. So we getting some depth. So that's pretty good. I think after we signed Burfict, we got Team Bros. That's the Zebras. Those referees are like probably all dressed up in their outfits, practicing like they're, looking in the mirror, practicing like it's like some 1900s Western, how fast they can draw the flag, because they're going to get ready for when they go against the Raiders. And we got Burfict on the field. So just thought that was pretty funny.
Perfect.
And then I was scrolling through, checking out some of the, the draft, YouTube stuff, and I came across this channel called Cowboy Nation.
Oh.
And I lost it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And then you turn on Madden, and Madden 19 on the banner, it says Steeler Nation. I'm like, can we not have teams try to steal our fucking slogans? Like, you don't see the Raiders going around claiming to be America's team. You don't see the Seahawks claiming to be Seahawk Nation. You don't see the Cowboys claiming to be the 12th man. So can we, please just, something happen to, just start a war with all these motherfuckers and take back our Raider Nation name, dude? There's only one nation. It's Raider Nation. Everybody needs to rise up. Anybody claiming nation this, nation that, fuck that shit, man. It's Raider Nation all day, every day. Raider Nation for life. Ain't nobody saying Cowboy Nation for life. These guys can fucking suck a fatty. This hardcore Raider, I'm out.
Yeah. It's a great motherfucking ending to the callers, dog.
I like that. Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck all that bullshit.
We've been capping on a Cowboy fan all weekend. Won't say who. But damn, bro, your teeth are fucked up, homie. You got some chiclets in there for real. Shit is fucking wild, dog. I don't even know how you got time to root for your team in between running the bottle toss booth and the fucking tilt-a-whirl. You carny ass, small-handed motherfucker. Cowboy Nation, get the entire fuck out of here. Any nation, get the fuck out of here. It's the Raider Nation all day, every day. It's the only nation, one nation. OneNationFanwear.com. That's a plug. I'm good at this.
Your boy just ran one off right now.
I'm good at this. I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
The Pillaging Podcast crew is solid. The linebacking crew has a lot of work to do. And shout out to UP. Shout out to Hardcore Raider becoming a frequent caller.
Yeah.
Frequent caller. Fuck with you heavy.
Oh, yeah. Heavy. And, hey, again, we don't mind if you call in a little drunk, dog. It's all good. We can get sad. Ain't nobody getting angry over here. You had a couple drinks. It's all good, dog. Call in, too. Your boy Pomona, he follows suit. He said, I got to follow my boy Hardcore. So, you have a couple drinks? Call in, man. It makes for good conversation.
Yeah. Let's get Cainer on the phone right now. We're not even going to take a break. We're just going to go straight to Cain.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Call him right now. All right.
Right now.
Great caller segment, by the way. There's some good conversation in there. See if Cain picks up. I know he will because he just texted me.
Hello.
There's Cain right there. We're live on the air right now. This is happening right now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We didn't even start the.
Hold on. Let me turn my TV down some. Hold on.
This guy already. While he does that, again, this is Cain's Corner, brought to you every week by NFLshop.com. That link is back up on the site, pj4f.com. Excuse me. Make sure you go to pj4f.com, click on the NFLshop.com banner. When you click through and you buy something, we get a percentage of the sales. And I checked the account. We got a little bit there.
Okay.
A little bit there. Some of you guys have been doing it. So we appreciate that.
Kenny, that cough, that was a special cough. That was that
Garcia Vega.
That cough wasn't a cigarette cough.
You got me. Now, Cain, in case I know you just text me right now, I'm going to communicate this on the air. We are starting, by the way, for everyone that's listening now, if you haven't checked out the live stream, check it out. We have moved to a new time. We've mentioned this on the show kind of going into it. We've moved to a 7 p.m. start time. Right. So this show starts a little bit earlier because we do a second podcast now after the show, the Crow's Nest Podcast. So everything's moved up an hour. So everything's a little bit earlier. So Cain, I apologize if that was not clear, but that's why we got you on a little bit earlier. So hopefully that helps you out with your schedule. We know you're a hardworking dude. You're up early in the morning. It's 9:15 p.m. right now on the West Coast. Cain, how are you living?
I am doing good, man. I'm glad y'all was able to get me on, man. And hey, whatever happened, it happened, man. Shit, I don't know how the fuck I missed y'all call.
It's all
good.
You
know what I'm saying? I've been standing right. Yeah, seriously, I'm standing right here. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for the phone call. So whatever, it's good. It is what it is. I'm here. I'm on.
We're here now.
Let's do this.
We're here now.
That's what's up, though.
Now we're here. So, Cain, man, lay it on me, bro. It's a big segment. There's been a lot going on the last couple weeks. First and foremost, you had some car trouble last week. Is the Beamer running? Are you riding? Are you pushing?
I'm back.
All right.
$1,800 later.
Damn.
I'm back.
That's what you get for buying a German vehicle, doggy.
Hey, but that's what they say. That's what That's what everybody say. But you know what though? You know what, bruh? I learned a lesson. You told me some shit. You told me some shit that'll stick with me. I had bought a Jeep in like 2016, I think in 2017 or whatever. And you never said nothing to me. We've been homies. You know what I'm saying? You never said nothing to me. But then I had traded in that Jeep and got the Beamer. You know what I'm saying? And then you was like, bro, that was like the best ever fucking move you can make. That Jeep was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell me that when I bought the motherfucker.
Just real quick right now.
I'll never forget that. That's some homie shit. I'll never forget that. Like, you was like, yeah, man, European car, man. You know what I'm saying?
Jeep.
And I just told my chick that just right now. Like, my boy was just like, you know what I'm saying? The American models ain't shit. You know? So...
You know, if you're going to buy American,
more props to you, bro.
If you're going to buy American,
yeah.
I'm a Chevy guy. I like to go Chevy, but Jeeps aren't what they used to be, and they're not everyday drivers. For one, they're not comfortable. You know, a Jeep is like a mission vehicle. If you're trying to get to that fishing spot that you can't get to without a regular vehicle, get a Jeep. You know, but keep that shit parked. That's not your everyday driver. You get that Beamer. I know when it's running right, it's running good. It's the ultimate driving machine. It is a German vehicle, but very motor works. Shout out to my people in Germany. It's a little pricey when you got to fix it, but goddamn, if it's not worth it, that BMW, I know it drives nice.
There you go.
So Cain, man,
it costs some money to fix, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
So we got a little catch up to play with you, man. We've had a lot of free agent signings here in the past couple of weeks. You had some real fire questions to send off to LK, which we did. You heard his response last week. I'm just trying to get kind of like Cain's perspective on this whole free agency period we've signed. And just in the last week, 2 backup quarterbacks. Isaiah Crowell comes to the team. Burfict comes to the team. Brandon Marshall comes to the team. Just Cain, man, this is your segment. I want you to take over, stream of consciousness, just kind of let it flow. How are you feeling about some of these signings and where the team sits at right now?
Well, that's a good question, man. The signings that we just had with Brandon Marshall, Trent Brown. Okay, Trent Brown, I'll say is a for sure he's going to make the roster. Some of these players that we signed, They ain't guaranteed to make the roster. And I'm not saying that Brandon Marshall won't make the roster.
Right.
His contract says that he can make the roster. But his contract also says that he doesn't have to make the roster either. You know, they signed the guy that the veteran tight end,
Luke Wilson.
You know, these are guys that they bringing in to teach. You know, to teach the younger guys, and they've been some good signings. I mean, Jesus Christ, we got Antonio Brown, we got Trent Brown. We got Isaiah Crowell. Oh, and in my opinion, that's the bigger than Antonio Brown signing, in my opinion.
Wow.
Isaiah Crowell, yes. I think a lot of people have this guy stacked up as like a power back, and he's a power back, but I think he can catch the ball off the field. I think there's film on here. If there's film on him, if you go out there and look at it, of him catching passes out of the backfield and making plays with the Jets, you know, and with the Browns prior to him coming here. You know, I think that was a great signing. But you know, a lot of these signings, some of the individual signings, the tight end, the veteran signings, those are signings that some of these guys might not make the roster. You know what I mean? Some of these guys are here to teach some of the young players during the camp, during mini camps, during training camp. They're here to teach and more so be a soundboard for some of these young guys. So we just got to see what we do during the draft, you know, before we can really make a judgment of what happened in free agency, because there was a lot of good done during free agency. Do we want to win now? I mean, you know, is that what you guys are sending a message to us? Do you want to win now, or are you just trying to secure some of these spots to make sure that if some of these draft picks or these young rookies that you draft or sign in undrafted free agency don't actually pan out? You know what I'm saying? You guys kind of understand where I'm going with this? I'm trying to bring it full circle.
I see where you're going, and I kind of want to go back to the Crowell comment you made. Look, I get where you're coming from. Look, guys listening, I know some of you guys are like, really, does he believe that it's bigger than AB? Crowell's 26 years old. I know it's a 1-year contract they signed him to, but he's 26, and this dude does have a high gear. He can kick it in. He can run like a punishing style. He can carry the load, but he can actually turn it up. He's got some jets. Crowell's got some jets. You see him in the open field. He can turn it up and leave you behind. I haven't said this yet on the show. We announced the signing. We kind of went over the particulars. I'm super excited about the Crowell signing. I think Isaiah Crowell is a big difference maker on this roster. I think it does answer the running back position. I think it means you probably won't see Marshawn Lynch come back. We already know Doug Martin was asking for too much money. Come on, Doug Martin, get out of here. We gave you CPR last year. We put life in those lungs. We put oxygen in those lungs, and that's how you're going to do it. And now we got Crowell. I like the Crowell signing a lot. What does Crowell bring to this team as far as like an every down running back, Cain?
You know what? I think he brings a special element that you guys haven't seen yet. This guy does catch passes out of the backfield, but I think the offenses and the offensive lines he's been behind haven't dictated him to do that. The offenses that he's been with have worried about him more being the carry on the bell cow back. Look, you Browns, the Browns ain't shit. What? He was with the Browns with Manziel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Manziel was struggling. They was trying to make him the bell cow back. And then also with the Jets, you got the rookie. I can't think of his name. I had him in my fantasy, and I'm sorry, homeboy. I forgot your name.
You talking about Josh?
The
Josh
homeboy, the rookie that was they had last year. He was behind that guy.
Oh, the running back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, Crowell was behind the rookie quarterback with the Jets last year. Mm-hmm. And so he was relied on to be in both situations with the Browns and the Jets as the bell cow running back. Well, you bring him here, you put him behind a good offensive line, a good, decent quarterback in Derek Carr. You got a receiver. You know, I think we might draft a tight end. But you put this roster together, and even if you just say the quarterback line and receiver are better than what he's been in the last two teams he's been on. This guy can catch the ball out the backfield. He can be a weapon out of the backfield other than just handing off the ball. I truly believe that. And he hasn't been in a situation where the offensive coordinator has had that effort to, or that being able to afford to give him that option. Because look, the Browns 2 years ago, 3 years ago, come on, man, the Jets, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Can't sound like Soldier Boy right now. The Browns?
Yeah. Well, he's a
Browns?
Hey, man, the Browns, bro. Welcome back to the NFL in 2019. But prior to that, y'all been shit. So all I'm saying is this guy has an opportunity right now to come to a team with a good offensive line, a good quarterback, a wide receivers, and offensive coordinator in John Gruden, who's gonna implement this guy into the situation. And I tweeted out that this guy can be Charlie Garner or whatever, and everybody kind of debated me on that. All I meant was that this guy, I'm not saying that he is Charlie Garner.
No,
what I'm saying is that he's that mold of the offense. Mm-hmm. He can be a pass catcher and a running back outside of this offense, and I think he can. And I think under John Gruden's tutelage, he will be that. Mm-hmm. He will be that. Mm-hmm. Mark my words. Mm-hmm. He will be that.
So do you think after this year, Crowell gets another contract with the Raiders? Because right now it's 1 year, $2.5 million.
I believe that this year is predicated on him getting a contract from any team. Okay. I think he's got something to prove just as well as AB, Trent Brown, and any other free agent that signed with us this year.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Joyner. All these guys got something to prove.
Yeah.
They got something to prove. So we'll see what they do. You know, we'll see what they do.
So the guy I've been meaning to talk to you about, and this is a bit old news, but your take on it's going to be fresh right here. You're a Raider fan that's been around. You've seen a lot of games. You've seen the old, you've seen the new regime, and a player that fits that old school mold, Vontaze Burfict. How did you feel the day that we signed Burfict?
You know what? I felt great. And I wanted Vontaze Burfict before we hired Paul Guenther. Mm-hmm. You know, I think 2 years ago he was a free agent. I think you may be able to go back 2 years ago into my tweets and say, hey, let's sign Burfict. This guy is a guy that's going to go out there and get your defense lined up. Under his defensive coordinator, he came out as a rookie. You can't think of any situation better than this. You know, even if he's not the starter going forward, he can help the rookies that we have on the roster right now understand the Guenther defense. You know, so if he at the end of in the training camp, at the end of all this, if they decide they want to cut him because he lost a step or he's not, you know, whatever, then they have his tutelage has gone a long way. That's what I'm hoping from this guy. I'm hoping that he can teach the Moreaus and the Lees and the Cabendas how to play the middle linebacker or linebacker spot, man, or just be a linebacker in Paul Guenther's defense. I'm hoping that's what he brings, more than just making plays. Obviously, you want him to make plays, but he needs to, as a veteran, he needs to bring more than just making plays. He needs to teach, and he needs to be able to teach these young rookies that we already got, that these guys, obviously, they have faith in because they still on the roster.
Yeah.
So if you can teach these guys how to play linebacker in Paul Guenther's defense, that would be beneficial to us more so than if you just came in here and didn't say shit and play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I feel you. So, I mean, we just got off the phone with Eddie Borsilli, and he said prior to this free agency period, you know, the whispers he was hearing is that the Oakland Raiders were not going to spend a dime this free agency. They come out and do the exact opposite. Obviously, a lot of this fueled by Mike Mayock. It's a different feel, so I got to give him credit because he's the changing piece, right? He's what's new. And so you look at the different approach. I gotta attribute a lot of that to Mike Mayock. How do you feel about the Mayock's approach to free agency so far this offseason in general?
You know what? I got to give it to Mike Mayock. Mike Mayock has used his time as an NFL Network analyst to understand how different organizations run their model, how they go through free agency, how they go through the draft, and how they just build a team. You know, and I have to give it to Mike Mayock. Mike Mayock has done his homework very well. And you know what? I can't just, while we talking about Mike Mayock, I got to credit Gruden too. I think these guys, both of them, but first of all, you asked me about Mayock, so I'm gonna stay on Mayock. Mayock is a guy that has benefited from his position with the NFL Network. And I think that he has taught himself how to become a GM. Yes, he doesn't have the experience. He's not been a GM. He hasn't worked, you know, as a GM or whatever. But just going through being the draft analyst that he is, and if I was a GM, and come on, guys, we all think like this. We all think like this. Fans, Twitter fans, or whatever. We think like, oh, if I was the GM, I would take this person, that person. Well, guess what? Mike Mayock put himself in a position to do that. Yeah. And he just did that.
And
he just did that.
I hear a lot of people giving Mike credit for these contracts. A guy whose name isn't spoken often, a guy that you and I both got a chance to meet.
Tom Delaney,
man.
Tom Delaney.
He's the guy penning.
And you and I met him.
Yeah.
You and I met him.
Yeah. He's the contract wizard.
We met him, and we didn't know at that time how important he was to contract negotiations. That's funny. And it's funny that when we met him, we was like, damn, we just kind of like, we was like, okay, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
We weren't like, oh, how you doing?
He gave me a free T-shirt. he gave me a free T-shirt, man. I thought Tom Delaney was just like a cool ass like marketing dude in the Raiders, but nah, it turns out he's like the Wizard of Oz back there behind the curtain.
The Wizard of fucking Oz, man. And ain't that some shit? How you just pass by people and he was just like so cool and so smooth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Real.
And he just like, hey, yeah, whatever. Hey.
Yeah. Real.
It is what it is, bro.
Real unassuming dude, but a cool cat. Here's a curveball for you, man, because we talk about food a lot on here, and I know you manage a restaurant or two and owned one. Somebody's on here. Donald Day wants to know if you got a recipe for fried catfish. So before you give it, because I know you got the fire catfish recipe. Please allow me to kind of just give the basics, and then you can give the tune-up, because I want to show I know a thing or two, okay? And you tell me where I'm wrong, all right? You tell me where I'm wrong, because I already know you got it. If I'm going to fry catfish, I'm going to start with buttermilk and cornstarch. I'm going to season that cornstarch with some salt and some pepper, maybe a little bit of granulated garlic and onion, but maybe not. Maybe it's just salt and pepper and some paprika in there. But what's the Cain way to do the fried catfish?
Okay. Fried fish of any kind, you got to be careful with the salt, because you can just a little bit of salt is like you can oversalt fish, period.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it just when it cooks, it has its own salt content or whatever, but you can oversalt fish really quick. So my suggestion on how to cook fish, to fry fish, is no salt. You use seasoning. So you use like garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of pepper, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you kind of mix that up, and then I mean, if you just a drop of seasoning salt, but real salt, I wouldn't even fucking use it. Bro, you might fuck up your fish. Like, you don't fried fish for the black community. I know y'all hate hearing me say this, but I'm just saying, we don't use a lot of salt in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really need it. You need more like the flavor.
Yeah.
Like garlic powder, onion powder, something with no salt.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? A little bit of seasoning salt don't have a lot of salt content. It's just like seasoning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can a little bit of that.
Well, fish is a delicate protein, so you don't want to overpower that with the salt, because it's just going to take over. You want to taste that flakiness, that freshness, that fish. And the catfish itself was a little bit gamey, so you want that to shine through. But are you when it comes to the dredge and seafood, are you a flour guy with the catfish, or are you a cornstarch guy with the catfish?
I'm straight cornstarch dry with a little bit of flour mixed in dry.
Okay, that's key. And then I got another guy on here asking me about filet mignon. Here's the thing with filet mignon. It really depends on how you like your steak. I like mine rare, so I want to do too much. I want to do more than maybe 3 to 4 minutes per side on a hot skillet, or if you're on the barbecue, as it is, 3 to 4 minutes per side. You season that with salt and pepper. But here's the trick, especially if you're going to do a pan fried. When you pull that steak out of the container, pat it down with some paper towels. Make sure that steak is nice and dry. The other thing you want to make sure of is leave it on the counter until it comes up to room temperature. People are afraid of that. Don't be. It's beef. You're going to be okay. But if you put it cold, two things are going to happen. One, it's not going to cook through. It's not going to be predictable. And number two is that flesh is going to seize up when you put it on the heat, and it's going to get tough. So what you really wanted to do is come up to temperature and relax and get not hot, not warm, but room temperature, just like a nice 60 degrees or so. And then
yes, sir.
And then flip it once. A lot of people like to play with their meat. No homo. Just put it on the grill, press down on it, get a nice sear, let it go 3 to 4 minutes, and then turn it once, another 3 to 4 minutes, and then that's it. Let it sit off. It should rest for half as much time as you cooked it. So if you cooked it for 8 minutes, let it rest 4 minutes, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
You're right.
Simple. People overdo it when it comes to steak. Steak is simple. It's really about the cut of meat you got. It's going to taste good.
It is.
Don't overdo it.
Hey, you know what? You know what I just did tonight? We just had on the barbecue grill coulettes. You ever heard of coulette steak?
Yeah.
Does anybody out there know what coulette steak is?
Yes, sir.
The coulette. We just had coulette steak on the grill. Right now, tonight, I just got through eating coulette steak. You know what I'm saying? I should have took a picture. And sometime I'll be out here and I'll be like, I know Twitter fan want to see what we doing, but I forget. Because I'll be like, that shit look good. I'm ready to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I forgot to take a motherfucking picture. But I'm just saying, we had coulette steak and we had salad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With the garlic bread, with the butter, with the weed butter.
Ooh.
You understand?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Kicker.
Garlic weed butter.
Damn, that's a kicker.
Garlic weed butter. Fuck with me, and I got you. You know what I mean?
Someone was asking.
Garlic weed butter with the garlic bread with salad. You know what I mean? We did that tonight. And you could hear it in my voice because I'm tipsy as a motherfucker right now when I'm doing my thing. I still showed up. And, hey, I want my fellas to know.
Yeah.
Fellas, if y'all miss my phone call when you call me motherfucking back. Give me two times.
I did.
Give me an opportunity.
Hey.
I might have missed your call. I'm out here. And I'm in the country. And my shit might have just been a bad signal.
Hey, we got you.
You all might have been outside doing something. I'm always busy. But let your boy know what's happening. Because I'm here, baby.
We got you, bro.
You know
We
what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
Hey,
Hey,
Alex Ortega is asking if
that's what I'm saying.
Alex Ortega is asking if you can slow cook a filet mignon like a tri-tip on the grill. No, don't do that. It's a prime cut. I personally don't fuck with the filet mignon, but
Oh hell no! You don't slow cook filet mignon on the fucking grill.
Real
quick. Fast cook that shit at a high temperature.
Right. Real quick, get
you
that
fast cook that shit at a high temperature. 450, 500. You put that motherfucker on and you flash cook it.
Yeah.
Burn that motherfucker on each side and let the middle be pink. Yeah. And you got a good motherfucking steak. How do y'all not know that? Come on, man. I know you know, Kenny and Kay. I know my boys, so I'm just saying that our listeners. Yeah. How do you not know that?
And shout out to Coolette Steak, because Coolette is a cut off the top sirloin, which can be a tough cut of meat, but the Coolette is a thinner cut, and it's going to come out nice and tender.
Actually, bro, Coolette is tri-tip.
Yeah,
it's like it's tri-tip. You know what I'm saying? But that's a California cut. So everybody that's listening to us from on the other side of the country, y'all don't know about this shit. The tri-tip is in California. That's a California cut.
You know what
Coolette is.
You know what pisses me off about tri-tip is like 15, 20 years ago, tri-tip was a cheap cut of meat. You can get a whole tri-tip roast for like $15. Mm-hmm. And now you try to get, it's like $25.
Well, bro, you got to look out for them motherfucking sales, dog.
Yeah.
You got to be up in the goddamn coupon books, bruh.
Speaking of motherfucking sales, let me talk to you about a motherfucking sale. Hey, my boy Che, he could go to dollar store and buy beer. I mean, good quality beer. Good quality motherfucking beer from the dollar store. I didn't even know about that till I fucking knew you did that shit, bro. And then I had to start checking it out on my goddamn own. And I was like, damn, they sell good quality beer at the motherfucking dollar store. Ain't that some shit? Never knew about that. And bro, I'm not talking shit or clowning you. You my homie. This is real shit. I drink Miller High Life, nigga.
Right.
So I'm just letting you know. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. I'm giving you some props right here.
Hey.
You done taught America how to buy beer without having to spend a lot of money.
Hey, I'm trying over here, dog.
You promote that shit every motherfucking week.
Hey, shout out to us, bro, because we're holding you down every week with our Raider takes, but we're also teaching you how to drink good and eat good on a budget.
You're fucking right.
You can get that Coolette steak on sale. Easy. All day, every day. People ain't fucking with it because they don't know.
That's what I'm talking about.
But you cook it right.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's gonna be delicious. Catfish. Catfish is a fish a lot of people scoff at. But you know what? Catfish is a delicious fish. Clean it right, cook it right, you're eating good. Grocery store, grocery outlet. Got the fire beer on deck all day. We got you. Pay attention, y'all. We're dropping game on you guys. Cain dropping game.
Pillaging Podcast to show you how to save some motherfucking money on your get high shit and your eating equipment.
And we give
you know what I mean? This is what we do.
And we're giving you a dank podcast for free every week because that's how we do. Everyone's on a budget out here, man. Everyone's on it. We got to save up for them tailgates, bro.
Yeah.
Got to save up
that's for them tailgates. That's what we're trying to do over here, man. Because we got to be there.
Cain, has your season ticket rep called you yet? Have you heard from anybody yet?
Yeah, so Monday we'll be able to pay on our tickets.
Okay.
So, Monday. I did talk to him Thursday, and he was like, Monday we'll be able to start paying on our tickets. So they, for those of you that, and I am with you, that can't pay your tickets up front, then there's going to be a 3 payment plan, and he wasn't sure how much it was going to be, but they was going to give you 3 times to pay it, and then he suggested that I pay it up front because there were going to be some extra perks or whatever.
Yeah,
but my tickets are like $1,200. And I work in the Bay Area and live in the Bay Area, so I don't know how much y'all make a year, but I can't afford that. So I need 3 payments.
Okay. Yeah.
3 payments, and then I'll be ready.
So you get those extra perks.
So-
Also, if you pay up front, you get thrown into the lottery to visit training camp. So those of you guys that got the scratch, definitely worth it to pay up front. But the bottom line is, you make payments, you still get to show up at the games, and that's where it's really about.
That's right.
So, Cain, man, thanks for joining us again this week. Fire conversation as always.
Always.
Hey, it's good to talk to y'all, man, and I love talking to y'all, brothers. And I'll get back at y'all next week. And again, if y'all call me and I don't fucking answer,
Hey. We got you, bro.
hit me back.
Don't worry, we got you. We're here now.
We paying attention, though. We paying attention, though.
Yeah. So
For sure.
enjoy the rest of your evening, brother, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
All right, for sure.
All right, peace.
Peace out, bro.
Come on with the fire. Yeah, fired up. Let's do some shout outs and let's get out of here.
Shout out.
Shout outs on Twitter. Shout out to Omar Alex 90, Juan, Eddie Hewitt, Frank C, Sleep Bomber, Mary Can, Dire Leopard, Myron Murray, Black Widow, 100yards.com. Shout out to y'all. Arveo 86, D1, You Love to Hate, Venom Raider, suspended again. Another new account, but we fucked with you. So I'm following like 5 of your accounts right now. Shout out to Daniel Hurd. Shout out to TJ, Jesus Shorty, or Jesus Shorty. I don't know.
There you go. Jesus. Let's just go with Jesus, man.
Jesus Shorty.
Feels good.
Brian Manning, Stephen Joseph, Spy 213, K-Rod, Muhammad Baba, Anthony Alvarez, Tornell Moore, Shane 4 Memes, Kevin Lurker, Dazed and Oriented. Shout out to Jake Hazelton, Jammy RFT, Escarrillo, 808 Raider Nation, Manny Man 916, Rick Hickman, Anvil King, James, Raider Cuts, Armin Rivera, Return to Greatness. Shout out to that one guy. You know that one guy? He's in that movie?
I know that one guy.
And shout out to Matt Holder on YouTube. Shout out to Faith and Truth. God bless. Loyal Man 692nd account. That's a lot of accounts, loyal man. You got to start to question your loyalty after that many accounts. Then again, it keeps coming back and making accounts. So
there you go.
Maybe not.
There you go.
Shout out to Harry Larry. Yo, what's up, Larry? Shout out to Oakland Raider Tucker and Matthew Littlejohn. And big shout out to everyone that donated this week. Che, what you got, man?
Oh, man, I got a long-ass list. So last week I said, you know what? We had way too many motherfucking follows. But then somebody called me out, man. And I think that this cat might have dropped. He might have unfollowed me because I didn't fucking shout him out. So I'm going to shout him out and see if we can get him back.
Sounds good.
Okay? But these are the motherfucking follows on my new individual IG account.
Oh.
The Che_PJ4F account on IG. Look for it. Go at it. You already know.
Follow.
Here we go. Ready? Shout out to your boy Pulliam. Like I said, I think he might have dropped me because I didn't shout him out last week. I'm shouting you out this week, dog.
Right now.
And your boy is out of Pennsylvania. I just want to give you a little background. He says he's been listening for a year strong. Ooh. So stick with us, dog, okay? I didn't forget about you. I said I'll make it up to you. I'm making it up to you, okay? Shout out Silver and Black Raider at 34. Mad Hatter the Plug. Jake TBNC Prez. Ooh. David Feet 1234.
Okay.
Shout out Mark Oakland Raider Shadow. Shout out Sagoon Leticia. That's my cousin. Shout out fam. Shout out Raider Jody. Shout out DWLOD 7631.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a long one. Shout out GVZ. Shout out G McB 78. Shout out Edo Lopez. Jason Mo 38 SCSB. Shout out Bone Crusher Raider. Shout out The Nation 60. M Fargo 37. It's King Christian 805. California Raiders. Stussy. Remember Stussy?
Fuck with the Stussy,
Stussy 5814.
I had that swap meet Stussy.
I bet you did.
And the swap meet Massimo. Yeah.
Now Massimo's in Target, dog.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
Hey, whatever.
It is what it is, dog. Okay. Shout out Raider Cain 8017, Raider Ramos 81, B D9 44. Shout out to my boy C John Fish.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not gonna put him on the spot, but I kind of am. The dude hit me up. He said he would hook me up with a secret childhood.
Ooh.
Some secret childhood old school shit. Okay.
Okay.
And if and when that comes through, I will let you know what it was. All right.
I know what you're talking about.
Stay tuned.
I know.
Stay tuned.
No
shout out to John Fish, though, man.
Yeah,
shout
sure.
out to John
He's
Fish.
a real one.
Yeah. Shout out Arizona Raider Nation. Shout out Young Trap 22. Larry Martinez Design. London Raider 9. Raider 1 Nation 6. Shout out Mr. and Mrs. Raider. Joshua Irigoyen. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. I mean.
Yeah. Shout out Husto 831. Richard, I see you. Shout out Dizzle Darlin. Shout out V Murray Art.
Oh, I know who that is.
That's my lady. My lady. Go follow her, V Murray Art on Instagram. She's putting up her artwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to our boys, Inebri Nation. Yeah, that's your boy Splatterhead. You know what? Shout out to you, man. Hope to be breaking some chelas, cracking some chelas open with y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, real soon. Shout out to our boy Hoffmeister Art. If you listen into the Crow's Nest podcast, you already know who that is. If you didn't, go tune into episode 2 because we're about to record episode 3 right after this. Okay? Shout out Leah Dad 9164, M Clan 22, Raiders 36K, Ben 19. Shout out to our homie as Ken would refer to her as H-Bomb, Heidi, Kevlar Prom Dress. Shout out to Autumn Wind Nation. Shout out Michael Lakerman, Ross, The Tease Podcast, and another homegirl of mine, best friends since 7th, 8th grade, right around there, Ms. JJ.
Okay.
All right. I see y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Look at Shay. Chase taking over Instagram, bro.
Yeah, man.
Taking it over.
And those of you who followed me this week, I'll get to y'all next time.
Yeah. Hey, just stack it up. Quick shout out to the Crow's Nest Podcast Network roster. Obviously myself, Kenny Stapler, Che to my left, Cain, who you just heard from, the Ladies of Darkness, which is Angry at Trask, Heidi, Kevlar Palm Dress, and Chirping Raiderette, Jenny. Obviously on there. Shout out to the Wolfpack Nation, man. Bobby Wasabi, Monster Mash Ken, VC, Blitz Chick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Raider Sean.
Yeah.
Out there in Oahu.
Oahu Raider.
Make sure you check him for his Periscope. It's dropping every week. And the Blackout Podcast coming real soon. And a big shout out to our brother Dwayne Douglas, who's out here. He's actually in San Diego right now checking out opening weekend of the MLB. He's a big Giants fan. He's coming to the Bay real soon. So shout out to Dwayne Douglas and the Put On Waivers podcast and your Ride or Die homie, J.R. Amato. You guys are covering all things sports every single week for the Raider Nation and beyond. Did I miss anybody on the roster?
Man, shout out to your boy Cain.
Yeah,
shout out. I'm just throwing out names, man. I don't know. Shout out Bobby Wasabi.
Yeah.
Shout out everybody.
And shout out to everybody that showed up in the chat tonight. If you guys haven't checked out the live stream, please do so. We moved to an earlier time, so it's a lot more doable for y'all and doable for us because we got to get a second podcast in right now.
Yeah, we do.
But for now, that's it for this week's show. By the way, the secret word is Nerf gun. So if you listen to the end, make sure you tweet Nerf gun.
Add us, y'all. Add us. Nerf gun.
Nerf gun. That's how I know you listen to the end. But anyways, yeah, that's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. DC40customtees.com. That's how you get the fresh Pillaging gear. Please donate to the show. You can find a link to our donation on all of our social media profiles. And be sure to listen to all of our podcasts on the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. Follow at CNPodNet to keep up to date with all of that. Until then, keep the wind in your sails and the rub in your mug and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
And we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.